Gents? Welcome to the Simsational Gent. I am your host, Sean C. And today I am coming at you with live stream number 40. Okay? Listen, if you are new here to this channel, we talk about all kinds of topics that affect men just like you. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with it and the bell icon notification next to it so you don't miss any future videos here on TSG. All right, 1 second. I also need to make sure that I have no interruptions. So we got that set up. So yes, I literally just flew in here to the great state of Texas, right? Where I'm here visiting. I'm visiting, but I'm finally getting to see my mom after 2 years, or actually it's been 4 years, because I meant to see her again. And then the pandemic happened. I started working and the pandemic happened. So I haven't been able to see my mom and stuff like that. I've been seeing family and friends, and it's been just a great time, right? So listen, let me just say without further ado, today's subject that we're going to be talking about today is red pill rage versus the foreign travel exodus. All right. And so what does all that mean? Well, we're going to go into that. We're going to go into that today. We're going to talk about the red pill rage versus the foreign travel exodus. And we're going to go into the details of red pill. We're going to go into the details of foreign travel exodus. And we're going to talk about how that affects all of us as men here. So again, if you're just coming in here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we got a lot to talk about today, all right? So where I came up with this idea for today's topic was actually, if you looked at live stream number 39 from last week, had one of the gents come in here and actually contribute to the conversation about it. And he actually suggested that this would be a great topic in order for us to talk about. And I think he's correct. I think there was a lot more to go into. Now, if you watch this channel, maybe you've seen the videos from this week within the past week, and then you get to see some of the things that we're going to be talking about today that kind of go into this topic. Now, today, I'm not going to go in too long. I'm hoping that we can get a conversation started again, some banter back and forth. But before I get started on today's topic, I also want to mention something, and I'm going to mention it a couple times for everybody that comes back in. Here on the Simsational Gent, matter of fact, I have some great news to tell you guys. Here on the Simsational Gent, we are 25 watch hours away from being at monetization. That's right, 25 hours. So I really hope tonight we get a lot of people in here. I hope we get some engagement, and I hope you guys will help me get that time so that we can go ahead and get this thing done and monetize so this channel can grow and be bigger and get supported. But the next thing that we always do, I cannot do this channel without you all, gents. I can't do it with all the people that have supported this channel from the very beginning, and also some of the newer subscribers that have come along. I can't do it without you guys. So I always do shout outs to everybody that comes in. If you say something, hopefully it's positive, then I'll give you a shout out, okay? So let's go ahead and get done with that. I know we have, it's early, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Lucis left this is one of our subscribers here. Shout out to Lucis. He said he can't make it, but he wanted to say hello. He's on holiday. Brother, when you see this and you watch it, it's the replay. I hope that you have a great vacation, a great time on holiday, and that you enjoy the time with your friends, family, etc., etc. Or if you just go on holiday by yourself, hope you enjoy it. Get some rest and relaxation, okay? So he said he'll check it out on the replay. We also have Lucy from Brick Girls Go Stateside, big supporter of the channel, good friend of mine. And make sure you go check out her channel on Brick Girls Go Stateside. Her and her mom, Julie, do a great job of explaining the differences between American culture and British culture. and the all in between. And there's so many other things that they bring to the channel. I know you will love it. Make sure you check them out, like and subscribe to their channel. Lucy says, wow, Sean, that is great news. Yes, yes. I decided to peek in today to check out, to see, how the channel was doing, because I was looking at the numbers. Last week's live stream did really, really well. And so I actually want to start bringing in more guests. Right now, it's a little hard for me because the last 2 live streams that I've done on this channel, I've been in hotels, right? I've been on the move. And so I've still been able to try to set up, have the lighting and stuff looking right, trying to have everything, production looking fine. So I hope you guys will continue to rock with me through that. And yes, for you guys that's just coming in, the Sensational Gent is 25 watch hours away from being monetized. So today, let's run that number up. Hopefully we get some more people in there soon. And we're going to talk about this subject today. So we're talking about red pill rage versus the foreign travel exodus, if you will. All right. So take your pills. Some people may not know. For people who do not understand what the term red pill is, I'm going to go ahead and just break it down briefly. Most people know it nowadays, but again, I think to do service to this topic, I want to make sure that I bring up what is red pill. There was a movie called The Matrix. If you don't know what movie that is, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but The Matrix introduced concepts of taking the red pill or the blue pill. People in that world are in induced dream states by the machine or robots that are using humans to basically give them power. And so people consciously think they're living their lives like you and me, but really they're plugged into some power bank. And so so the people that show certain traits, signs, and characteristics, they're offered to either take a red pill or a blue pill. The blue pill allows you to go back to continuing the way you live, the same way you are every day, right? Allowing your life to just go by you the way it has been. Living in that sleep-induced coma of life. Just being oblivious to everything, knowing there are things wrong, but you don't care. That's the blue pill. Also subscribing to what everyone else tells you should subscribe to do what you're supposed to, or to do what they say you should do. That's blue pill thinking, right? In the Matrix. Now, when you're offered the red pill, you decide to take the red pill. It is waking your consciousness up from this induced sleep that society has put you in, that the machines, that the man, whoever has put you in, to wake up to the real reality. Taking a red pill is never an easy thing, because you are now trying to shift your mindset. Everything you've ever learned, getting out of the cognitive dissonance that maybe you lived in your whole life. And that's what it means to take the red pill. Now, when we talk about dating and relationships, blue pill is just going along with the status quo of dating relationships and just taking it for what it is, face value, and just going along with what society tells you to think about those things. When you are a red pill individual, you are saying that you have been awakened to the things that are going on. You see the narratives and the stories that have been pushed upon you. And that is being a part of the red pill, waking up and seeing what's really going on for what it is. Let me get back to the chat real quick and give some more shout outs. First of all, if you just got here, I need you to hit that like button, because we need to alert more people about this live stream going on. We got some talking to do. We got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Here's the other thing. If you just got here, the Simsational Gent is 25 watch hours away from being able to apply for monetization. All right. So what I need from you guys is strong watch time today. I need strong support. We need to get this channel over the monetization hump today. I want to know if y'all with me. Please do me a favor. Even if you just watch for a little bit, I need you to watch a little bit longer today, because today we're going to get this channel monetized. Everybody, we're going to get this channel monetized today. Now we're going to go to the comments again and see who else is in here. Okay, we have Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Here's Mr. Gigi. Shout out to him. Bro, it's good to see you up in here. Last week's live stream talking to you was really good. Everybody loved the engagement, and I would love to have you back on tonight if you have a moment or have some time. Mr. Gigi said, sup, bro, make sure to take your daily red pills as a big time man. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna do just a quick monologue tonight. I'd love to have you on. I'll put the link in the chat and we can get started about this topic, because you and I we'll talk about this. Okay? We got Dolak channel, right? I want to thank this channel. Make sure y'all check it out. Okay, it's in Indonesian, but there is some beautiful dancing, beautiful culture that you'll see on this channel, and I really appreciate watching it. And this channel has been supporting me, even though we have a difference in language barrier, but I also answer them in Indonesian every time I answer a question. I can't do it right now, though. Okay, so Lucis, I didn't know you was gonna make it, my man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I know you might not have a lot of time, but I appreciate you being here. This is one of the big supporters of this channel, and hitting the like button. And here's the thing, again, if you just coming in, hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. 25 watch hours away from monetizing this channel, from being able to apply to it. So today I need y'all to kick in, watch a little longer, be a part of the conversation a little longer, so that way we can go ahead and get over that 25 watch hour threshold. We are almost there, people. Then we have my boy Neil. I have a story to tell. This brother has a channel that you're going to want to check out, basically talking about life issues, positivity, and he also talks about the gig economy. So if you're thinking about doing Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, all kind of stuff, this brother right here in his channel will tell you how to do that, along with other little life lessons and stuff that he has that he's going to give and share to you. Check out his channel, subscribe, and watch it. Okay? Thank you for being here, Neil. I appreciate you. Lucy is on vacay, but I'm here. Hey man, I'm in a hotel room and my mom lives about 10-15 minutes away. I got the hotel room just so I had enough latitude to be able to film this and have a little peace when I do it. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do next week, but this week we get the show started. So I'm glad you're here, brother. You can see let me see if I can go ahead and swivel this. All right. God bless Tejas. I am filming to you from the great city of San Antonio. I am in San Antonio, Texas. I am a Spurs fan, believe it or not. And people trip out, they be like, why wouldn't you go for the Pelicans? Aren't you from Louisiana? Nope, been a Spurs fan since the late 90s, right? Ever since you had, David Robinson and Tim Duncan and Bruce Bowen, and you had Avery, what's his name? Avery, I can't name his name. The brother's from New Orleans, though. So I support him and that whole thing. T-Mac is in the house. What up, T-Mac? Here's another one of my supporters in the house. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, brother, for being here tonight. We are 25 watch hours away from being monetized. So I need you guys to kick in the watch time tonight to make sure we get a little bit closer to being there. All right? Neil says the hotel looking great. Great background. I thought so too. I ain't gonna lie, this is probably one of the tinier hotel rooms. Now you guys are gonna hear there's a major interstate right behind me. So this is probably the most background noise I've ever had on a live stream, other than the neighbors downstairs playing their music. Okay. And then we got Red Pill Passport Bro. I'm a friend of Mr. Gigi. Well, Red Pill Passport Bro, I'm glad you're here tonight for tonight's live stream. And any friend of Mr. Gigi is a friend of mine, so thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I hope to get you in here and give your thoughts and opinions on the conversation, because that's what we do here on this Simsational Gent. So that's what we do. Neil says I was just in San Antonio last September on my birthday. I remember. You also have videos on your channel showing you and your wife going through there. I watched those videos. And probably this weekend I'll go down to the Riverwalk and I'll get some filming down there. So I got to start learning how to do a little travel stuff. You know what I mean? Start learning how to film traveling. Lucius Avery Johnson. I could not think of it. Avery Johnson is from New Orleans, and he was on the Spurs team that won the championship in 1999. Thank you very much. Avery was a bad dude down in New Orleans. He used to actually go and play at the different colleges and different parks and stuff like that. Avery, for being a short, very short guy, he was pretty tough. And that's what made him an NBA All-Star and chart. I don't know if he's All-Star, but definitely a champion. Okay? T-Mac says, what city are you in, bro? I am in San Antonio. I am alive in San Antonio today. So I appreciate y'all being here. We got Mr. Jackson in the house. Hey, all. Thank you for being here, Mr. Jackson. Make sure you guys, thank you for being here as another one of the supporters of the channel, and I really appreciate them. Mr. Jackson, tell you what, and everybody, we are 25 watch hours away from being able to apply to YouTube monetization on this channel. I need you guys to kick in the watch time tonight. I need you guys to support as much as y'all can, and I hope to get this conversation jumping and popping. And I just realized something that's gonna bite me in the butt. So I am gonna have to find a way to plug. Give me 1 second, everybody. I gotta grab the charger. If not, this camera isn't gonna make it. That is not the right one. Give me a second, everybody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I gotta get the cord. Oh, there it is. Got the long cord. Hold up, y'all. Sorry about this. But we do not want this thing to shut down in the middle. All right? I want to make sure that we get everything we're supposed to do up in here. But yeah, I can't believe it. We are 25 watch hours away from being monetized. And listen, this has been a great year for the channel. There's been a lot of changes that I've made on here because, you know, instead of doing it as a hobby, this is a business, and you all deserve a really good product. And I just took the time to really, give y'all my best, give y'all my all, so we can have this kind of discussions here. All right, we are set up for power. We are all good. Let me get, so Mr. G said, bet I will be joining shortly. I have a guest that may be joining, a vetted global black red pill traveler, red pill passport bro. Absolutely, he can join in too. I want to get this conversation going. And Mr. G said, glad you made it. Yep, talking about his boy. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get the link real quick so it's set up and in the description, ready to go. All right, I'm gonna get that. And then I got the link ready to go. I'll drop it here in a second. But I'm gonna quickly go through today's topic, to today's subject, and then I want to get to the discussion, okay? So, talk about take your pills. Now, what I wanted to briefly discuss about taking your pills is men come to being red pilled for many reasons. And a lot of the time it's either getting messed over by women. It's, going through a divorce, maybe it's a bad breakup, maybe you got used, maybe you got played. Men come to the red pill for a lot of reasons. Another reason people come to us because they start watching content like this one, and then they hear some of the things that other men go through, and then it says, wait, I've been through that before. I'm not the only one. I'm not going through this by myself. And so men come to the realization that red pill thought process for different reasons. 1 second, you guys. Stick with me. Okay, sorry about that. I thought somebody was just kind of hanging outside my hotel room door. Like, that's kind of weird. Okay, but so whatever reason that a person gets the red pill, then they start consuming more red pill content, more manosphere type content, and in that, a lot of guys start learning again that things and situations that they've been going through, they're not alone in. That there are other men that have gone through the same type of things. Right? Now, here's my 2 cents on the red pill. On the red pill, there are a lot of guys that are in there And you know, there's red pill, there's blue pill, there's black pill, there's purple pill. Like somebody who's in purple pill is someone who's kind of red pill, kind of, you know, slides back into the blue pill stuff. You got black pill where they're completely shutting off women. There's MGTOW, men going their own way. And that's dudes that said, I'm completely done with dating and relationships. I do not feel like dealing with this anymore. And I'm just out. I'm just gonna go, just going my own way, whatever, okay? And so everyone gets to these stages somehow, some way, depending on what they went through. Now, the thing with the red pill rage is that as we're starting to see more and more topics, more and more modern women showing that this is, you know, that they don't have the save, right? They don't have, their self-esteem is off, their attitudes are off, they don't have the values, or they don't have their values in place, and they have unrealistic high expectations. Not high expectations are good, but unrealistic high expectations is not a good thing, right? So now a lot of men start going down the avenue of red pill, especially if they've been through a lot, and then they start really kind of, they're in their feels about it. Because this is the unique time in history where men have a voice and a platform to be able to speak about what's on their mind, what's in their heart. And these channels allow them to do it. But a lot of guys, there are a number of guys who are very bitter and raged out about it. And listen, it's okay to voice your opinion. I'm full about voicing your opinion. I think that we need to be able to get out and talk about how we feel. A lot of my viewers here at the Simsational Gent voice their opinions and put them out all the time. But the thing is, when you allow red pill to cause you to not live your life and do the things you're supposed to be doing, which we will talk about later in this broadcast, then that's when you start being a part of red pill rage, where you're allowing that modern women in society to allow you to be in your feels to such a point that you're living with that anger and that rage from everything that you've been through and has happened to you. And that's not where I want to see you guys, gents. We can be at another place with this. Make sure you guys hit that like button, because I need to be able to get more people in here. We're 25 hours away from being able to apply for monetization for this channel. I need y'all guys to watch this and kick it out today, okay? Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit that bell icon notification next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos here on TSG, all right? And so that's that, right? We'll go more into that when we get into the discussion here about red pill beginnings and how our thought processes change. Now you notice in the title I talked about the foreign travel exodus. I am echoing. Okay, let's make sure I'm not. Okay. You know, there is a slight reason why I may be echoing, and I just thought about it. The reason why I may be echoing a little bit is because this room is kind of echoing. I can kind of hear it a little bit. Let me close this bathroom door. Maybe that might help some. I mean, it's not gonna help it totally, but it should help a little bit, okay? So, like I said, this room is echoing even before the live stream, and that mic is picking it up right now. And the camera and the mic is very close to the entrance hallway. It is a very tiny hotel room. Like literally what you see is what it is. Okay, I only needed a room for 2 days, and then I'm going to stay with my mom. But I wanted to be able to film tonight and not have any interruptions and have a space that I can actually talk to you guys. All right, and then the mic is very close to the hallway, so that's probably an echo you're hearing. And I wish I had put like my blanket up or something so to kind of stop the echoing. Apologize about that, but it's the best I could do. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Okay. Already answered that. All right. So listen, the next thing, I'm gonna get to these topics real quick. You also have the new red pill men. And what I consider the new red pill men is that a lot of gents are starting to talk about getting their passports and leaving. And this has been a big topic of contention with Should men get passports? Are men, if men talk to women that are from foreign, or talk to foreign women, or find themselves attracted to foreign women or whatever, should they be criticized or ostracized for that? Should men feel guilty because they want to leave and not deal with everything going on here? There are some modern women out there that will tell you that as a man, you are a weak man for wanting to get your passport and go to other places. But specifically, they don't even understand that it's not just about going to these other places to talk to women. It's really about learning different cultures and growing as a person, as a man. I would suggest traveling for men and women. All right? Maybe some of these women need to get out here. Some of these modern women might need to, not just doing the vacation so they look cute for their Instagram and for their Facebook and for their YouTube. I'm talking about actually getting out and exploring the culture and seeing why men are getting their passports and taking off. That they don't want to deal with it here because they're treated differently elsewhere. So I don't think men should be ostracized for it. There's a video on this channel that I did last week where a woman says that men are weak for it. You should check that video out. But subscribe so you get more content, just like the one I just talked about. Let's get back to the comments. Neil says you're right about the sound. Yeah, I can't really change that. Like I said, that mic is going to pick up that hallway, and I don't know where my lavalier mic is because I really haven't even unpacked yet. I don't even plan to really unpack. I got to take all this to my mom's house. Okay. But it's good. This is dedication. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate you. Now it's echoing even more in and out. Okay, let me open the door up then. Yeah, maybe it's just reverberating. I really, I don't have a way to. I have no way of setting up. I wish I had done that before. I really never had a lot of time. I got off the plane. Took forever to get a rental car. There's a graduation that's happening for the Air Force Base, right? One of the cadet classes is going through. And so it took forever to get a rental car. And then by the time I got in, I went and checked in this hotel. I set up all of this, the lighting and stuff like that. I took their light bulb out. Actually, I don't remember where I put their light bulb at. But the point is, I took their light bulb, put mine in there. Got the stuff set up, so I apologize about the sound, but I will know next time to maybe put up a blanket or something behind it so that the sound is dampened a little bit. Men should not feel guilty for seeking more respectful relations. Absolutely not. And I think we talked about it. A lot of you guys put comments in on that video where the woman said that men are weak and they want to take advantage of foreign women, and maybe she's just doing it because she's using you. What is it any different that a man goes in there, has a woman that is respectful, kind, feminine, fit, all these different things, and at least if he's tricking off his money, he's getting something for it. Because men trick off their money here in the States, and what do they get for it? Nothing, right? They get nothing for it. You are supposed to worship these modern women, right? And really and truly, they think that we want them necessarily to worship us. We just want respect and to feel appreciated. And women that are feminine and agreeable will find that men will go all out for them. Men will go all out for a woman that he loves, cares about, respects, all that stuff like that. And there are a lot of good men out there that actually want to be in relationships. I just talked about that in the video the other day on Tuesday. So make sure you check out yesterday's video where I talk about some men are winning. And I know that Mr. Gigi, you don't feel like men are winning. But I'm talking about, I said some men are winning. And that's because their mindset is one that they're not allowing all of this discussion to affect how they go about their business. All right. Yeah, you got to edit this video live stream big time when the video is over. Yeah, again, the Wi-Fi is janky here, all kind of stuff, man. I'm in this tiny room, there's an echo, and whatever. It is what it is. Ms. Jack says men need to do what we have to. Supply and demand. Why are we expected to accept everything? You know, that's funny, Mr. Jackson, that you talk about supply and demand, because I also talk about it in terms of supply and demand either. The market has changed, and now men are adapting to this change in market. Hence, you have the new red pill men. The new red pill is dudes who aren't allowing this to affect them. They've adjusted themselves, they worked on themselves, they find and figured out their purpose, and now they're going on doing their thing. So it's like a cross between red pill and MGTOW is the new red pill. And these guys are getting those passports. These guys are getting outside their comfort zone. They're doing things that they can do and focus on, because now they're not focused on the opposite sex. They're focused on improving themselves and putting themselves in position where they can call their own shots. Whether it be they find somebody or not, men are starting to put in the work, realizing that the return here in the States is starting to go down. There's no reason to worship ungrateful women. Look at Will Smith. Absolutely. You know what's been noticed? I want red pill passport, bro. Check it out, man. You just brought up Will Smith. Something I've been noticing on the slick. There's all these little, and I hate using Hollywood because they're in their own little microcosm. But that's the best thing that we can look at, that we all can know what's going on. But there's a lot of little subtle things going on. You got the Will Smith drama, which continues to grow by the day. It gets worse and worse by the day. You have Anthony Anderson, who's going through a divorce right now. Been with his wife for like over a decade or so, right? And now they're breaking apart. There's all these little things that's happening, right? Just look at the news. There's a lot of little things that's happening. You had, think about it, months ago, we talked about Dr. Dre. You know, we have all these people that are going through this, and it's like, for what? Why get married just to get divorced? And we talked about that on this channel too. Should men get married? You know, it's just a thought. If marriage is for you, marriage is for you. I'm not gonna knock that. I'm just saying, listen, there's a lot of people that have gone through these marriages, and like, what's the point? And people can't answer that question. Okay? Lucy says, Western modern women, headaches. Westernized modern women, you get headaches. And again, it's the thing we talk about with SAVE, right? So their self-esteem is messed up, their attitudes are messed up, they don't have good values, and they have unrealistic high expectations. And so men don't want to deal with it. So men are going their own way. They're taking red pill. They're getting their passports. They are taking the foreign travel exodus because they are just done dealing with this. All right. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Again, if you are new in here, we are 25 watch hours away from monetizing this channel so that we can do a lot more things once this channel gets monetized. And obviously, I plan to put it back into the channel. So thank you very much. I appreciate everybody that's here, because it's because of you watching and supporting the channel that we're even that close. I was at 3,975 watch hours, 25 watch hours away from monetization. Let's hit that goal tonight. Make sure you hit that like button. Keep watching and supporting. We're about to get the conversation cracking here in a little bit. Back to the comments. Lucy says, I agree with Mr. Jackson. The market for us men is no longer continental, U.S. It's global opportunities. And the same thing happened. Look, when I went to college for human resource management, part of one of the courses I took was it was global economics or something like that. And then, even though I think even then, that was years ago, that was in the early 2000s when I went to college. And we kind of saw globalization starting to take place, but actually after having done the lesson, the course, and passed that class, and now looking 15, 16, 17 years later from when I went to college, now you kind of see, man, should have jumped on that global trend when I had a chance, right? Should have jumped on those type of opportunities, but you just don't know, right? You don't know where that's going. So I didn't know. That's missed opportunities. So now here it is, what you just talked about, Lucis. Now men are seeing the market dry up here in the United States and they're saying, hey, I'm going to look elsewhere. I'm going to take my talents elsewhere. And a lot of companies did that starting from the early 2000s up until this point now. And those companies are now huge. For you men out there that are looking to take your talents elsewhere, you guys may find cultures, people, experiences that are going to take you to the next level, just like those companies. All right? T-Max says, we need a brotherhood culture the same way women have a sisterhood. They are unified against us men. You know, that's kind of, I heard Kevin Samuels talking the other night. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for doing some great content from recent, but he talked about it. He was telling women this, that guys are just like, hey, we're done. You know, and he said, I'm talking to you women because I've been talking to guys for 3 years. Nothing's going to change until I start talking to you guys and get some realization going so that we can have the conversations that we need to have, the real conversations that we need to have. And not just, you know, them saying, you know, oh, we're, you know, misogynist, sexist, all these things because we're speaking all these feel because we're speaking. Because no one says anything to women nowadays when they speak what they feel. Women will tell you, I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking my truth. And I want you to hear it. And I want you to hear it. So when women go ahead and speak out, yell at men, this, that, and third, they're speaking the truth. But if you're a man and you speak out against some of the things that you see, just like, say, Cam Newton, check out that video here on this channel, subscribe so you get more content like that. When Cam Newton spoke his truth, they tried to shut that brother down. Did they not? Did they not try to shut Cam Newton down? And I know, I get it. He works for the NFL. You gotta watch what you say. I hear you. But if you dig deeper, he talked about the type of woman that is for him. For him. Now, women don't have to talk to Cam if they don't like the way he speaks or the way he believes or his ideologies or his beliefs. But he's speaking and voicing out. And then guess what? Everybody's in a rage. You want to talk about red pill rage? Look at the rage on the other side when Cam Newton spoke his truth, right? We have Miss Amici in the house. Wanda, thank you for being here. Wanda, make sure you check out Wanda's channel. If you believe in family and family unit and taking care of the kids and showing, especially Wanda and her young boys, she is showing us how to take that family, how to raise young men, responsible young men, her and her husband. And it's a great family channel, and we get to go along with her journey. Also, her live streams are pretty bang when she does the tribute and stuff. You might want to check those out, okay? So make sure. Wanda, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We're trying to get as many views as possible. We are 25 watch hours away from applying to monetization. And I want us, after we watch this live stream tonight, to be able to get to that 25 hours so that we can go ahead and get this channel monetized and start doing good things. Already, before monetization, I've already invested in this channel. I paid a little extra money so I can go ahead and put the borders and get rid of that dumb logo, the bird logo, the duck logo over there. So again, if this channel gets monetized, if you guys support the channel, I take the money, I put it right back into the channel. I take the money, I'm going to put it right back into bringing you really great content. And once I start traveling, right, I'd say in about 2.5 to 3 weeks, I will be moving to Mexico. I hope you guys will follow my adventures there and all the other places that I'll be going to in the future here on TSG. So you want to subscribe to that channel, hit the bell icon notification next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any future content here. Right? Mr. G said, hell, look at Emmett Smith. I forgot about Emmett Smith. That was a good one. He was married to his wife, I believe, for 22 years and they got divorced. And his wife wrote a book and talked about how they came through and the marriage was fixed and healed. And next thing you know, you found out that, hey, still wasn't good enough. All the stuff she sold books on, she still wasn't honest with herself. Oh, Jeff Bezos another, Johnny Depp. Wow. I just watched MTR today and just watched part of that Johnny Depp one. And I can't wait to finish watching it. But Johnny Depp looks and sounds defeated. We'll get back to that. And Bill Gates, that was the other one. Didn't think about that one. What do they all have in common? accusing men of cheating and divorcing men. I'm like, damn, are you sure they all cheat? I mean, who knows? Who knows? But we know that 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So it's making men say, why should I get married? Why should I get married when there's, a 50% chance of having a divorce, a 30 to 50% chance of me getting divorced, and there's an 80% likely is going to be filed by her. So why would I do that to myself? For kids, there are new options coming out for men and women to have kids. And I think and then Mr. Gigi, I might have to give you some credit on this. That might be another reason that we separate even more and more from married women, because everybody's like, hey, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you. And that's why we need channels like this to be able to have that conversation, to be able to talk about it. This channel is about men getting their feelings and their thoughts out there so that women maybe can start to understand what men are going through. Thank you for that. Lucy says, the rage against Cam is because he's the archetype that most modern women want. Cam is over 6 feet, physically fit, and wealthy. Absolutely. And so, listen, there was a video I did, and there's a clip I put in the video. And there were multiple video clips where women would talk about modern women, would talk about having the feminine urge to argue with the man. And I said on that video, there is no such thing as the feminine urge to argue with a man. There is nothing feminine about a woman starting contention to argue with a man on purpose. That's not feminine. And that is not what men looking for. And dudes like Cam Newton, high value men, if you will, right? He's a star, so it's kind of different, but high value man, they don't want to deal with that. And they don't want to deal with these type of women. So for the women out there that are looking for your 6-figure dude, 6 feet tall, and has a 6-pack, if you are like the women that fall under Say with the attitudes, self-esteem issues, low values, and high unrealistic expectations, dudes like Cam don't want you. Okay? Thusly, Cam isn't supposed to speak on his type of woman. Ruins the modern women fantasy. No. Yeah, because what do they want? They say they want the Russell Wilsons. They want the calm guy, the good-looking dude. He's 6 feet, I guess, 5'11", whatever. Got money, got the looks. He got it all. They say they want that dude till they get him, and then they're gonna go to that dude and use him for what he has, and or say that man is boring. They're gonna say dudes just like Russell Wilson are boring, even though he's a good dude. They say they want him, but when they get him, and one of my videos from last week, one of the girls said that, how women are when they want a certain type of dude, when they finally get him, they don't know what to do with him. You know what? I think maybe the sound thing had to do with sometimes it takes a moment for it's almost like it takes a moment for the live stream to warm up or something. It's kind of weird. Okay? Not all men cheat. And that's the talking point that women use as leverage. Hell, 30% of young men are virgins. Sorry, I know what you meant. They are virgins. Yeah, 30% of young men out there haven't even touched a woman. Right? They have not had an opportunity to have relations, if you will. All right? And let me get this thing in the chat here. Let me get this in there now. I'm dropping the link so we can go ahead and start getting some of these other conversations started, even though this is about you guys. So I will answer your chats and stuff like that. Right? Glad it sounds better. Thank you, Mr. Gigi. I appreciate that. I already talked about that. And the link is in the chat. I have one last thing to say. Oh, sorry. I said that, the blended red. So I just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to come on to the chat, there is the link. I'll bring you in. I do have a couple rules. We will be respectful. We will watch our language, right, to the max extent possible. I'm not opposed to a little cursing here and there, but we're not going to use vulgarity. And we're going to be respectful when we have this, but we are going to be real. That is what we're going to do. So you're going to come in here. If it starts getting real busy, then I'm going to start cycling people through. But if not, we're going to just have the conversation. Mr. Gigi, if you want to jump in there, come on in, brother. All right. Come on in. So look, while we waiting on that, or while we seeing what's going on, again, make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button so other people can be notified that this is going on right now. We need to have these discussions. Hit that like button so other people are notified. The other thing is this channel, TSG, is 25 watch hours from being monetized. That's right. You heard me again. We are 25 watch hours away from monetizing this channel, in which case I've already started taking, I haven't even paid any, well, actually, it's not true. A couple people have donated, and I appreciate to you guys who have Cash App to the channel. Again, I take all the money and I reinvest it right back into the channel. Again, I started paying for this service. Eventually, I'd like to pay for the better service, for the 1080p, so we get better quality videos. But right now it's doing okay. But I will invest in this channel for you guys, and I will continue to bring this type of content, travel content. We'll talk about it. I'm not changing anything up. We're still going to do this content, but also I'm going to show you what it's like being in these other countries. So you're going to want to subscribe for that. You ain't going to want to miss that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Mr. Gigi says, joining shortly. Okay, sounds good. I've been waiting. I'm right here. All right. So listen, like, guys are, again, they're red pill with the knowledge, but now they're starting to get they're starting to go their own way. But instead of going their own way, men are getting their passports. Men are tired of the drama that they have to deal with these modern women. Also, when you look, there's a video that I'm going to be working on. I think it's going to be Friday's video. Friday's video is going to be interesting, you guys. You guys are going to want to tune in for that one. And it is a simple video. I'm not going to go all out because I got a lot. I'm going to try to get all these videos done so I can give myself the weekend off and spend with my mom and my sister. But Friday's video, there's a young lady. Actually, do I have the thing up? I want to just tell y'all the title. I'm not going to even tell y'all. I think this is the title. Social media influencers are leading modern women astray. That's what it's called. And we know that to be true. You have all of these modern women who are trying to be social media influencers. We see it all the time. We watch these type of things all the time when you have these social media influencers who are talking to other young ladies, other modern women, even women of the next generation they're talking to, and they are giving bad advice and a bad look to these modern women, basically further entrenching them into their beliefs and their thought processes and the way they're rolling. And so we're going to talk about that on Friday's video. I hope you guys leave comments. Let me know what you think about it. I look forward to making it. It's probably going to be a short, simple video, a couple points in there, but I really want to hear what you guys got to say and about that. So I can't wait to make that video for you guys. But here's the thing. Now, this was my last point about the red pill and the red pill and the travel bros and stuff like that, right? No offense to the travel bro, but I'm saying what I want for you guys, and I just put that out in the Some Men Are Winning video, which I just put out yesterday. What I want for you guys, I want for you guys not to be bitter. I want for you guys to not be so angry at these modern women that it is allowing you to become the bad guy, to go to the dark side, whatever. I don't want you to do any of that. What I want for you to do is what I said in yesterday's video. I want for you to take time to work on yourself. I want you to take the time to have a plan, figure out your purpose. See, when you do that, you don't just become MGTOW, men going their own way. You're not going your own way. What you're doing is you're investing in yourself. We're talking about investments, we're talking about markets. I want for the people of this channel, men and women, to invest in themselves. Work on you. If you work on you, and you're not going to be worried about the noise going on outside of you, it won't affect you the same way. I'm not saying it's not going to be frustrating. I'm not going to say you're not going to have an opinion on it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it doesn't affect you. We can talk about it. We can have the conversation. But I want to be able to see you guys work on yourself, find and execute your purpose, and live your best life. If you're living your best life, that noise don't affect you. What do you think I'm doing? I'm doing this to live my best life. I'm not worried about that. I'm not affected by these modern women anymore. I'm not affected. I don't even consider myself red pill, blue pill, black pill, MGTOW. I don't consider myself any of those things. I like to think of myself as what Bruce Lee said about water. Water takes on the container that it's in. It can crash, it can flow, it can do all these things. Water, if it keeps moving, can wear down rock. That's why I want you guys to keep moving. That's why I want you guys to continue to support channels like this one and other channels that are putting out positive information. Because if you keep moving in this way, you starting to work in your purpose and working on yourself, working on your physical, your mental, your finances, working on all these things, working on your mentality. If you continue to do all these things, you will be water. And eventually, the rock will start to wear down. It will. But water isn't affected by the rocks around it. It continues to move around it regardless. The stream continues to go no matter what's in the way. Okay? So, I want you guys to take that to heed. Real quick, another quick plug again, hit that like button so we can get more people up in this chat. The other thing I need you guys to do, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. We talk about this stuff every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have live streams every Wednesday. And again, 25 watch hours away from monetization. I cannot do it without you all. I cannot do it without the support of the gents, which is you. You all make the channel. That's why I read this stuff. I'm no pill. I'm a brother to all color pills. Absolutely. Lucis, that's exactly what my point was. My point is, I don't care about whatever pill. Again, you adapt and adjust to your situation. Because I think you conform yourself to a way of thinking. I don't think that's conducive to somebody that's going to be traveling and going to other cultures and doing other things. I think that people that are open-minded with the spirit, what they're doing, I think it's not conducive for them to put themselves in a box. I think when you put those labels on yourself, you stop yourself from being the best version of yourself. I'm none of those things, but I'm all of them at the same time. Does that make sense? You can watch through my videos, and at times you'll see me display probably each one of those characteristics or traits. But again, I'm water. I try to fit into the container that I'm given. I try to adjust and adapt. If you don't know, I was in the military for a very long time. And one of the many skills that I've learned from being in the military is that I am able to move and adapt to the situation that I am placed in. Is it easy all the time? No, but I have an adaptable spirit. I will change and adapt to what's going on. And so that's why I caution against MGTOW being angry MGTOW, angry red pill. You don't have to be those. All right, we got Mr. GG and I'm going to add him to the stream. Hold on. Let me remove that one. Okay. I just realized I can't hear you right quick. Give me 1 second. I gotta get where did I put my headphones at? Oh, thank God this bag is right here. Oh, they were right in the top. Thank goodness, because I cannot hear a thing. Okay. Hold on, Mr. GG. I'm gonna get to you in a second there, brother. Sorry, y'all. I literally had just enough time to get this room set up. I drove through traffic to go see my mom. I seen her for about 10, 15 minutes, and then I drove back across town so I can do this live stream with you guys. And mom was like, go get it, son. Go do what you got to do. All right. So, you there, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I got you. Let me turn this music off. I forgot I had that on. Sorry, I had y'all listening to music the whole time, man.
All right.
Yeah, what's happening, bro? Good to have you back on the channel.
No problem, man. Good to hear from you again, and good we kept in communication, man.
Yes, absolutely. And I think last week's live stream did really well, and I think people enjoyed the back and forth banter.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to what you have to say on this. But let me get to the comments real quick.
Sure.
Lucy says, women have had a 60-year head start with feminism. Men need reminding that we are the foundation of life, family, and society. Leadership is a learned behavior through life experiences. Absolutely. I totally agree with that, right? Leadership can be learned, but it is learned through trial and error, and it's learned through going through it, okay? And there's people out there claiming to be leaders, but have never led anybody, has never had and put in the work to do it. And so we have some false leadership there. And that's what I told you about Friday's video, where you have a lot of these female influencers who haven't led anything. Matter of fact, their ears, they still wet behind the ears that smell like Similac, telling other women to go ahead and oh, you got to get the six-figure man.
Telling you.
Like, why would you tell women that?
I'm telling you, man.
Like a small percentage of people make over six figures to begin with. It's unrealistic, which is the E in save. Unrealistic expectations. Anyway, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. Thank you, Lucis, for that. So we was talking about this subject, red pill rage. Before I get to the foreign travel exodus, what was the moment, if you can make it, brief within the conversation, but do you remember the moment that you were red pilled?
Okay, gotcha. Well, first, before I go into that real quick, I just want to tell you about last week's channel. I did you a big favor, and I shared the hell out of it on multiple platforms for you. And then also, too, I got a new Reddit community. This is specifically for men and red pill men to come in. You can vent and say whatever you want, because the biggest complaint that we ran into in the MGTOW red pill community was Reddit was hardcore red pill, hands down at the time. But yes, a lot of the feminism came in there, and a lot of the guys, either they got kicked out of some of the communities on there, right? So I said to myself, well, let me make my own community, and you find your community on there where you could put, you could say raw content, cussing, or you can leave it PG and be Walt Disney, wherever you want, or whatever, and, this is how it is, though. So I do have a Reddit, and I did share your content in my community. So I hope these eyeballs start getting out there, because I was just about to tell you, inside the email, I said, man, start looking at your numbers if you start seeing a difference, man, so, but yeah, I did share it on Reddit, on Twitter, and then I also have lots of Facebook groups of Black travel groups that are actually participating and everything, and then Facebook Messenger, so that's why sharing, man, is very powerful, right? Along with subscribing and liking, man. And, because you never know whose day you may change with that content. Granted, there's one part of it, you want to do it because, you want to get monetized. But like I always tell people, even the baby channels, you want to get the message out there. The message that a lot of the toxic females don't want us to know about is the message that we need to deliver to the other men that need to know about it.
Absolutely.
It's just how it is.
Like, it's funny you say that, because I think I can't remember who put it. It was T-Mac or Lucis. One of them put in there about the 30% of men who are virgins. Now, it's not to say that if you choose to be a virgin as a man, power on you. That's the choice that you make. But we're talking a majority of those dudes really have no options because the women today aren't even looking at them because they don't even fall into the category of who they would talk and they would talk to. And some of these men have good careers or good jobs, but they're not six-figure jobs. And so they're getting passed over. And I know some of them. And as a matter of fact, the beginning of the video from yesterday, that man had, he was clean, probably has a good job car, and he's saying he's getting frustrated. He can't even find anyone. So, like you said, getting this type of content out, for me, I've been doing this for almost 2 years straight now, and with no money, no pay. And I do it because I love it. And because I have a unique opportunity that most dudes don't, right? A lot of you guys still got to go to 9-to-5s and jobs, and I pretty much do this full time. And I do it full time anyway. I would keep this going because the people I've met, the lives that it's changed, all is happening. All has been happening because of channels like this one, channels like yours, and communities like the ones that you were talking about. So I'm 100% for it. One real quick plug-in. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon notification so you don't miss any future videos here on TSG. Yes. Also, make sure you check out Mr. GG's channel, which is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Check him out too. And again, I watched her video the other day about, hold up, give me a second. I watched the one where you talk about like not talking to single mothers. And I was pleasantly shocked at your arguments because, not to say that I didn't think it was going to be some good points, because after talking to you, I already get that from you. But as I'm listening to it, it was compelling. Some of those points you made were very compelling. And listen, I'm gonna say this.
Oh my God. I did not expect for that thing to perform that way. I did not. Dude, I told you I was like going to bed, man, and I would like get up, go grab a beer, something, I don't know, and so-and-so subscriber, so-and-so subscriber. Dude, I had like 500 something likes. I'm like, damn. And but the thing is, there's way more guys out here that are doing a lot of don't date single moms videos. Like you could do a search right now and type in don't date single moms or don't date single moms MGTOW or don't date single moms MGTOW, don't date single mothers, don't date baby mamas, and you will see hundreds and hundreds of guys. I'm just another dude out there, man, and I never known, man. And for me to get that type of clout like that, man, is like pretty impressive within 90 days. I'm like, shit, And of course, on my channel, I'm raw and uncut. I cuss, and let it be known or whatever, but I tell guys too, when you do things, man, make sure you make sense of it, man. Because I mean, I talk to these women out here and they're like, not all women are not like that. The alarm, women are not like that. And I tell them, I said, if you got hundreds and thousands of men worldwide all over the globe saying the same exact thing, right? Then we're not talking about your ass. We're talking about the specific percentage of women who are like that. And like I said, a lot of women in general, they do not understand generalities. They don't. Generalities, studies, surveys, statistics, right? Data or whatever. Hell, it could have been data studied by a majority of women and a minority of guys, and it could have been a co-ed study or whatever from a professional college or whatever it may be, and still you bring the data statistics to them, and they would justify it with all women are not like that. But it says on here that the percentage of them though are, and then the percentage of them are, and there's some that are going to be, and some of them that might, and statistically, but all women are not like that. You'll hear it, man.
Well, listen, that's why, like, I think I use the term modern women a lot because I'm trying to, like, that's the key word to kind of isolate the women that men are talking about from good women, right?
Okay.
From women that are out there doing the right thing. The other thing is, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a woman or a man, then don't get offended. Like,
Thank you.
I'm not going to women's channel, or you don't see me calling in the Ricky Lake or Oprah. I don't call in Oprah saying this is wrong because I don't care. It don't affect me.
I can't believe you went there and said Ricky Lake. You actually said Ricky. Hell, fuck. They said Ricky Lake. God damn it, shit. Hey, imagine your grown ass calling in to Oprah talking about, hey man, I disagree with you, man.
Oprah. Hey, Oprah have the hit squad here in like 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, tap that phone and all that shit, man, for real.
Yeah, right. Oprah be like,
we can't have him saying real stuff on my network. Hell no.
we have your location and have a particular set of skills along with the Oprah network, and I will find you.
And it was clean and uncut too. I mean, yeah. Wow, he actually was a professional, but said something real. Nah, hell no. We got to send the choppers out, man. Let's roll.
We got to send the choppers.
Yeah.
Let me get to this comment.
Sure.
So Lucy says, my opine, men should not date or be involved with single moms for one reason. A man automatically becomes a servant to another man's kids, and a mother will put you third in her life. Ooh, what do you think about that, Mr. Gigi? You talked about it on your channel.
Well, you can go back to my comment section on there. I had a guy that really corrected me, man. I told him, right, that you're going to be like 10th or 12th place or some shit. And I know you said third place in the chat, right? He bounced both of us. He said, no, there's no place. None. You're not a priority. You're not a priority at all. He said, that's the reason I looked at the title of your video, because that's true. You're not a priority at all. There's no place on the priority list. There's none. I mean, that's and a lot of these guys who came in that comment section, a lot of them, man, believe it or not, man, were from their 20s, and they're from the SYBM, the Save Self Black Man movement, man, which I am impressed with that movement, man. That movement is kicking so much butt. It's crazy, man, for real. Because they're not only they're like 20-year-olds and guys in their 30s, man, overlapping, right? But they work hand in hand with the MGTOW, the Red Pill, and travel community, because they've decided in their own way, hey, man, this is a very, very, very deep rabbit hole, right, that we're sinking in. If I got an opportunity to grab a twig and get the hell out of here, I'm going to save myself as a black man and not let myself drown here, man. It's just real.
Right.
Why would you just put yourself in a position to keep drowning and just, live with the situation? I just witnessed on one of my fellow MGTOW and Red Pill guys I do follow. He actually had the audacity on a live stream, man, and he actually said on there, right? I'm not going to put the guy's name out there, but he actually said on there that we need to stop encouraging guys to get their passports, right? And so my boy Carlos, right? I wish he was on the chat, man. I don't know where the hell he went. Yeah. But he said this, man. He said something powerful. So I called him up and addressed it to him. Carlos said the most coldest thing ever. He said, okay, you want us to stop, but what solutions do you have for us?
That is true.
And that's real. What is the alternative? What is the alternative? You got guys out there who, as they always say, work on yourself, work on your health, focus on your money, dress good, look good, all that stuff. Okay, the guys are doing it, or hell, they're done it. They've been there, done it. Okay, if they're still not getting the women, they're still not getting the results. What other solutions do you have? And these guys don't have no solutions. The only solutions they've got is to sit back, collect your money, and look at conspiracy theories all day. What's going on, though, of other news? Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, hands down. And what other news that they can gather from somebody else that is not the local and public news? And I told them like this. I just made a video 2 to 3 hours ago about this shit. Okay, right? Go look on my channel. I just dropped a new video, and I did a shout out to you and a bunch of channels. Okay, big old shout out. You're gonna see those numbers, man. Just watch those numbers, okay? But yeah. I told them, I said, we got one life to live on this planet. One life.
We do.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
We are not Super Mario Brothers. We don't get a whole bunch of lives by getting on top of the turtle, jumping on the turtle, and getting a whole bunch of one-ups. It's not going to happen that way, okay? We don't get a whole bunch of one-ups and new lives. We don't, okay? So I'll be damned if I sit back in my house, apartment, my mama's basement, whatever the fuck, right? In a homeless shelter, whatever, and look at conspiracy theories and paranoid about what the hell is happening in Ukraine, the news. I refuse to do that, man, because there's other cultures outside of the United States and outside of Canada. I always say the term North America, okay? When I say North America and the United States, okay? Outside of this society, right? Hell, even the UK, outside of the society, hell, in India, Iceland, whatever it may be, in Brazil, and they're not focused on that shit. They're not, man. They're looking at it this way. If it happens, it happens. And that's why I tell guys that you cannot stop destiny. If something is destined to happen, man, it's going to happen, man. If you decide to go out there, get inside your car and get hit by another car and die, man, that was your destiny, man. You just got the wrong place at the wrong time. You understand? And stop it. But what we can do, we can address it or whatever, but why put somebody right inside of a corner, right, to just be shelter themselves away from life and then say, fuck it. I say go out there and enjoy your life. There are better options, better pickings, and better societies, and better and different cultures than this.
Yes.
It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is, you know.
So I talk about this all the time about my past, and it was a car accident that allowed me to get on the path that I'm on right now. And it was because I'd already said when I was 17 that I wanted to do this, but it was the car accident that brought it back to me to say, man, I could have died. So I look at every moment as borrowed time right now. And as men, especially men in my family, only live to a certain amount of time. So why in the heck, if I'm to live in the average of where everybody else in my family, the men in my family do, then that means that I don't have time to play no games. I don't have time not to live my life. I knew at 17, I don't want to be some old dude sitting on the couch, right, just watching TV and just kind of fading away. I want to enjoy all that life has to offer, and especially if I get to learn about new people, new cultures, and see it from my eyes, not from what they tell me on TV. None of that kind of stuff. So when I tell people work on yourself, work on your purpose, and basically get out there and see stuff, it's going to make you a better person, regardless if you find somebody or not. You become a better person off top if you just go down that path. And I even saw on Instagram Reels, somebody said, if you go ahead, the key to happiness is to work on yourself as hard as you do that job you go to.
I'm telling you. This is how it is. You have to work on yourself. But a lot of guys, that's the thing. I've seen these guys, man, successful men, man. My guys who are more fortunate than myself, man, successful, but they're not getting the respect. They're not getting the outcomes they want with the women, right? They're not getting the sacrifices. There's no reciprocation. I give, you give. There's none of that, right? None of that, right? Women yell out 50-50, man, right? But they meet a guy that actually willing to give his 100 plus, not 100 plus or whatever, right? And they're not even giving their 50. I'm seeing this with my own eyes. And the reason I'm laughing about what you said, because I personally seen the old men and they just sit back on the couch and watch TV and read the newspaper, and they're fucking concerned about what the hell's going on the news and shit, man, or whatever. It's like crazy. Where I seen on another guy's channel, man, and man, I forgot that dude's channel, man. I'm gonna share that motherfucker in the link or whatever. This guy set up here and said that he went to Brazil in Sao Paulo, right? He's a young guy. He was like 20. Let's say I'm 30. Yeah, he was like 36, 37. And his dad went to Ghana at 61 years old, man. And it was cool shit, man. It like really told me, man, that get this little book here. Get the book. Yep. Book is the answer. So when the guy stood up here and said this man was 61 years old, went to Ghana, Africa for the first time ever, right? Yeah. He went out there and he said armies of women were on him. Armies, women in their 20s and 30s and 40s, right? All right, the little book. See the little book? The power of the book, you guys. The power of the little book. Okay. I got one for me and I got one for my daughter. Okay. Both. Yeah. Okay. One for me, one for my daughter. And let me tell you, 61 years old. He said he went to Ghana. It was his dad went to Ghana and he found it was like a 31, 32-year-old woman sat up there, right, and asked this man, are you hungry? He said, yes. What do you want to eat? She told him what he wanted. This woman grabbed one of those big old huge African baskets, put it on top of her head, man, walked 5 miles to the store, man, barefooted, got this man something to eat, drink, and everything, and carried that damn basket back like it was nothing.
Yeah. And see, real quick.
Okay, like it was nothing, all right?
Right.
There was no, she's a slave. There was no, she's worshiping you. No, this is their culture. This is what they're taught in Ghana, Africa. And he told everybody, told his son, he said, hey, after I seen that shit, I'm going to come back to America. And in June of this year, this shit was like in like October, November. It was crazy.
Right.
In June, he said, I'm coming back. I will never return to the States ever again. So I'm going to get my money together. I'm going to get my retirement. 61 years old. He said, and I'm done.
He close. Yeah, he there.
He said, I have no reason to come back. And of course, you're going to have guys out there, right? You know, who are fucking beta blue pilled and white knights and everything. I don't know why you going out there, Africa. Why you got to go out there or whatever. I'm sure, Sean, have you heard those guys before who try to shame you into submission? Why you got to go to Mexico? You should be staying. You can mess with women right here. Mess with the land whales, hippos, women with tattoos, piercings, women who made bad decisions in their life. Yeah, you can holler at them.
I've heard all kind of negativity about the choices I'm making, and then you get everybody was like, "Oh, be careful out there." You know, like, well, how do you know how it is out there? Have you been there? Well, no, I'm just saying I hear it. Done. I don't even want to hear nothing else.
That's
because
what Charles
I would rather go and see for myself, bad or good. At least I tried it. I got up off that goddamn couch and did something outside of myself than to sit here and rot watching TV. Done. Them days is done. Get off that couch, y'all. Get them passports like we just showed y'all. And I want to make another comment about what you said about the brother that went to Africa. I've watched a number of those videos where brothers are going out there and they're not coming back. They go and it's so mind-blowing. They ain't coming back. They like
say it one more time so people in the chat can hear. Brothers are doing what again?
They are going out there. They like are blown, and then they'll take care of their affairs, and they're not coming back. And I've watched several videos of this, and I'm like, what's going on out there? Here's the other thing people don't talk about. Peace. People aren't talking about peace, but I'll get to that in a second. Let me answer some of these.
Sure.
I don't know what this one is. As men, we should embrace sitting while we pee. Thank you so much. I don't know what the heck that was. U.S. dating market is over. Or it's done. It's over. Well, a lot of people are feeling that way. Lucy says, passports unlock the U.S. borders and allows for exploration. Absolutely, man. And look, take all this dating, who you meet, just seeing a different culture, just seeing a different way of life that they don't show you on TV. If that don't do something for you, I don't know what will. Because my experience has been, it's been amazing. Right? So just saying.
Every time I talk to guys from the military, I'm telling you, there's probably, for every negative woman inside of my chat on my single mom's video represent the amount of guys from the military who said something negative. Is that small, insignificant, like 0.5% that said something negative? I'm not going back. But the rest of these guys was like high, like 98, 99%. Every time guys who went to the military, the Navy, the guys who went to the Army, they tell me these beautiful fucking like stories that are like, you would think a lot of these stories give Disney a run for the money. I'm a Disney.
They do.
Okay, this is not made up shit. This is like real life shit. There was a guy from the Navy. He told me this years ago. He said he went to the Philippines he went to Philippines and also Okinawa, Japan, or some shit. He got into a jet, man. Yeah, I didn't know the Navy's had jet. I didn't know this shit, right? Yeah. And so, right, they shared like a base with the Marines or whatever, right, in Hawaii, right? And so he said at night, what he'll do is he'll hop his ass in the jet, man, and he'll fly over to like the Philippines. And he said, let me tell you about those jets. Those jets go super fast, man. I say they do. He said, yeah. So the amount of time a normal airplane would take roughly like 16 hours to get over there, those jets are getting over there, man, in like 6 to 8 hours easily. I'm like, damn. So he said, so I stole the jet, man, and I started spending time in the fucking Philippines. Beautiful, bad woman. He said, I'll never forget it. And then I had a certain time I had to come back because the maintenance guys, right, they had my back and shit, you know, whatever, right, saying they had to test or whatever. But he said his commander or some shit, I don't know, man, you guys call them commanders or general. He said, man, that he started noticing a pattern, man, when I'm gone or whatever, right? So when he flew back or whatever, right, they started questioning where he was went or whatever, right? And he got fucking court-martialed. He told me this shit. He said, but listen, let me tell you, my court-martial was worth every fucking yelling, screaming, or whatever. And I said, what is a court-martial? I didn't know what the court-martial was or whatever. And he said, he holds you in front of a panel full of a bunch of these guys and high-ranking guys. They
decide your career right there.
Yeah, they decide your destiny, man. It's like court. I said, it is? Yeah, he said, yeah, it's like court, man. And they make the decisions right there. But he basically they reprimanded him. He was about to lose his ranking. He said he didn't or whatever, right? I didn't know you could lose rankings in that shit or whatever. But he said they talked so bad to me. He said, but that yelling, cussing, everything they did was worth it. Because the women over there, the way they cooked, the way they treated me, God damn it, the sex that I got was all class A. I would have never got that from a woman in the United States or Canada. Never. So, this is an older man is telling me this shit, okay?
One of my brothers, he travels all the time. And I can tell when he hasn't traveled in a while. Because then life starts getting to him. So he almost now has to leave just to kind of clear his slate so he can deal with this. You know what I mean? And let me get to these comments real quick.
Sure.
So do you guys go to other countries by yourself? So I'm actually preparing to move to Mexico right now. I'll come back to the States, see all my family and friends, and then off to the next country. And then I'll come back and see all my family and friends, the next country. And hold up. And if you want to know how long I'm going to be doing this, indefinitely.
That's a real pro traveler. That's how you do it. You're doing exactly what Black Man Travels do. He'll stay in a particular area for X amount of time. Let's say 90 days, 6 months. Okay, boom. Go to another area. Spend about 4 months down there or whatever. Hell, if he likes it a year, okay, then goes to another country. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do. Get immersed with the country, network. Because when you go back to that country, you already got a network of new friends down there. Yes. You got a new network of guys that want to do business with you, right? If you don't speak their language, there's someone there to interpret for whatever it may be. That's the power of that passport, I'm telling you.
Yes, it is. Let me read these comments, though. I got news for y'all. Women are traveling looking for love in other countries, too. That is true. Actually, my uncle, during the pandemic, went back to Mexico after we had left. And he saw a whole bunch of women that go there that are part of the expat community, right? There's actually down in Playa del Carmen, there's a Black expat group that meets like every once a week or something like that. They have all kind of events. They have them in different places. They're comprised of men and women, Black men and Black women. They all travel. So listen, this may be predominantly a quote unquote men's channel, but I'm all for women doing the same thing I tell us to do. I'm not a hypocrite, right? Work on yourself, find your purpose, live your best life. And so to the women that's going out there and see it, I just hope that you come away from it and not being like these modern women. That's all I really care about. Realizing that you see something different and you're willing to go a different way than every other modern woman that is here in the States, right? And that's what we're talking about. Next comment. This is one of my, actually, man, it jumped on me. Jerome, my boy Jerome. I actually grew up with Jerome. We were kids together, and now we're old now. Jerome, and also, this brother is one of the passport bros. This brother goes all the time to other countries. So this is a good dude to talk to and to get to know. You should do what makes you happy. Do not lock yourself into one position. Absolutely, brother. You're right about that one. Lucis says, Wanda, women have always traveled, yet they are getting married. Men are beginning to travel.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
For passport brothers.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I'm in Mexico on vacation.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You see, that's our argument right there. The women been traveling, man. That's the 50, 60 plus year head start he talking about. They been traveling. Okay? When they got their husbands, man, and they telling their husbands they about to go on that girl trip, man. They not going on no girl trip, man. That's when we were in our blue pill days, man. And the husband didn't know that she was going and get her. Husband didn't know she was going to get her head banged out by Jose. The guy from Jamaica.
What was that movie? Okay, Stella got her groove back.
Stella got her groove back. Yeah, man. Yeah, women being traveling. We're just getting up on it, man. We just getting up on it. And now what's happening? This is what's going on. So now some of the younger women are finding out, hold up, they going down there. What's going on? And then when they go down there, right, go watch the movie Frustrated one by Al Grace. He's going to tell you. The OGs in there is going to tell you, they're going to say they had American women going down there to Brazil, and they seeing these Brazilian women talking, beautiful women talking to us. They exercise, they go to the gym, they cooking, they cleaning, they walking up and smiling and talking to us or whatever. And women are going down that motherfucker, man. And you know what they doing? They holding their head low. They holding their head low because they can't hold a candle to a beautiful Brazilian woman, man. They can't. Come on, somebody traditional versus somebody who's indoctrinated with feminism and acting like a man, who got a lot of tattoos and piercings. I mean, you know, and who how can you compete with that?
Yeah,
you and they coach. You and they coach.
Exactly.
You okay?
Exactly.
Different ball game.
All right, let me read a couple more of these comments. Jerome said, yes, I have traveled abroad alone and will continue to do so. And I know he travels alone because he was supposed to call me to go, and he keep going.
That's how you do it.
I love you, Jerome. I love you, brother. But you should have hit me up. You should have hollered at your boy. All right.
He said, holler at your boy.
All right. Okay. Women have always traveled, yet not getting married. Foreign women are competing for passport brothers. Traveling men are gaining new perspectives on relationship. Absolutely. What you just talked about, Mr. Gigi. And then what about ugly men like myself? Do I have a chance overseas? Yes, you do, actually.
Of course. You're a god. You should become the new God and King Arthur. You should go to the magical land of Thailand, and you shall go to a place called Soy 6. And once you go to Soy 6, it is called the Zoom to Thailand call it the Get It On headquarters. You shall report there promptly. And you shall and women shall pull you, you shall not pull them.
Over here in the USA, women who are ones and twos and looks are men who are 7 and above. Dumb as hell. Yep, these chicks will end up alone. Well, you know, and it's funny because if you look at the graphs and the charts, it's 80% of women looking for the top 20% of dudes. Yeah. Right? And so that's why you find men in the middle and the lower ends of the charts losing, which I know I said men or women. I said men are winning. I said some men are winning. I wanted to clarify that with you. I said some men are winning.
Yeah. So, we say on the passport group, we say preferably start going traveling by yourself. The reason why the default is by yourself is because let's say Sean, you plan a trip with me, okay?
Yep.
And the other guy, okay? And we say, okay, great, cool. We get our tickets and go. Soon when the time comes, there's always going to be somebody. Majority of the time, I can't go because of this. I can't go like this. You have to have in your mind, okay, fine, cool, I'm going without you. And just go.
Yeah, because if you wait on somebody else, you may never go.
Thank you. That's how it works. And then once you do your beautiful videos from you being in Ethiopia and being out there, right, and Poland and shit, right, and Italy and out there, right, and Tijuana, Mexico, right, or whatever, right, then that person who's sitting up here like, damn, I should have go. He's gonna take you way serious next time. I'm telling you.
Yep, exactly. And that's part of what you said. That's part of it. Some people don't take you for serious about wanting to go. So then they wind up not going. You know what I mean? So
the default is by yourself. The default is by yourself.
Yes. So it should be, I'm going to be there regardless. Are you going to be there too?
Yes. And I tell guys too, when I decide to travel, and I learned, listen, and go on Master Teacher, man, book a consultation. His consultations are worth every penny, I'm telling you. But I tell people, if I decide to travel, when I travel, right, even here in the States, man, we're going to meet me in the field. We're not going on the plane together, no hotel together. If you going to go ahead and meet me in the field. Hey, my plane leaves at 9 o'clock. And if your plane arrives there, right, at 12 and I get there at 1 or whatever, and we meet right there meet me at so-and-so restaurant, you know, in the field, you know, in the field, at the beach or whatever, you know, in the field. Because if you go hand in hand on the same flight and all this other stuff and they cancel or whatever it may be, you can't take them serious. All right. But if you tell them to in the field, they're going to risk spending their own money, their own time, right, their own convenience or whatever to go and head down there. It's just how it is or whatever, you know. And the same formula I use here in the States, I know I can use that out there when I go and travel.
Absolutely. Let me get to these comments. Foreign women don't judge men on looks. They select on masculine stoicism and resources. And that's right. We've talked about that many times on this channel. Wanda says, that's true, but American men tend to change their minds about marrying foreign women once they see the immigration process. Sad but true. I think that most men that I've heard of do not want to bring them back.
I agree.
And a lot of those women are family oriented. They're not trying to leave their family. Family means everything. So they'd rather stay in their own country.
Right.
You know, there's certain circumstances. But most of them want to stay.
I got a question for her. The lady who just asked her, I got a question for her. Here's my question, and hopefully she responds. Why are women in the United States, when we tell them that we have no intention to bring these women back, they assume in their mind when we are just traveling over there that we're going over there to marry a woman, bring her here and get married, you know, or just go over there, get a woman just to marry. Why do they assume that rather than just say, hey, he's going out there to have a great time? He's just going out there to enjoy himself. Oh, okay, he hasn't found no one there. He'll find someone there. And then he's probably going to stay there. Why do they assume the first default, and I hear this a lot, they assume that we're going out there to find a woman to bring back here to marry. That is like the default. I've heard that so many times. And then when they find out that, no, we encourage guys to don't bring them here, to either keep them out there or take them to another country and still keep them out there. I mean, you know, why is that the default? I would like her to answer that question.
Okay, well, we'll see. Let me get back to the comments.
Sure.
Sunday at 6 a.m. flight. Where you going? Jerome, where you going?
He's calling you out.
Come on, bro.
Give me that look. Jerome, give you that look.
Jerome, I'm in San Antonio right now, bro. I'm a quick flight away. What we talking about? Okay, let me know. Let me know, bro. Matter of fact,
He gave me that look, man.
I gave
I
him
ain't
that
never seen
look.
that look before. That was a money look. Like, you about to do
All
something.
right. Lucy says, this is a little different, but I always knew that I would move to another country and fall in love there. I was criticized for that too, but when our soul is telling us to go somewhere, we should listen. You know what? I kind of understand though. In your case, I understand because we're talking about, I don't think it's that hard of a stretch anymore to go from England to UK and then come here. We're talking in a lot of the cases that we've been talking about, is coming from a modern culture to damn near third world. You know, are you willing to make that type of thing? Are you willing to do the inconveniences of living in these third world cultures? So it's not far-fetched to think that you would have left the UK and came into the States, or maybe your husband would have went from here and maybe tried out being in the UK. That's not far-fetched. Trying to leave something that these modern conveniences and then put yourself where you got to almost bring yourself down, right? You don't want to be too flashy in these places. You ain't trying to get robbed, right? You may not have these conveniences. You might have internet go out, power go out. Can you do that? And that's the thing. But in your case, if you know where you want to go, ladies, gentlemen, if you know that you want to go to these other places, you want to see something new, I encourage y'all to do it, right? I am not against man or woman going and getting out of here. Matter of fact, I'm probably more telling y'all, because the modern Western culture is so messed up, get out of here. Get out of here and enjoy and live your best life. Even before I brought this channel to where it's at, that was always the tagline of this channel: live your best life. So I would never discourage people from doing that, but make sure you are working on yourself and you're doing it in a positive way. Let me get back to these comments. Jerome says, you don't want to know. I'm going to holler at you later then. I'm going to holler at you after the show, Jerome. We got to holler, bro. I'll holler at you after the show. We're in the same time zone now, too, so I expect to, you know. Wanda says, good luck with that. Most foreign women insist on coming to America because of that false sense of American dream. Everybody wants to get to the U.S. badly. I have to kind of, look, Wanda, you're going to have to vet people regardless. It's not saying that you go to these other countries and it's milk of magnesia. You have to vet, what's going on? You have to vet women there just like you do here. But the difference is, if you vet and get a good one, then you have the chance to, she's going to want to stay there. She's going to be family oriented. These are the things, whatever. What is going on with my broadcast? You still there, bro?
I'm sitting right here listening to you loud and clear.
Because I can see you on my one screen and it's messed up on this one here on my laptop. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, I'm seeing you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Okay. I'm hearing you loud and clear too. There's no echoes anymore. It's good.
Yep, it's messing up again, but I can still see it over here. Even the families of foreign women view us as a ticket to the U.S. They encourage them to marry and get to the States so that they can eventually get filed into the U.S. sooner than later. Listen, again, that does happen. I'm not going to deny that. That does happen. But what we're talking about is kind of different. It's like, you're not going over there with the mindset of trying to necessarily go there to even get married or bring them back here. And again, there are a lot of them that actually is okay with staying with their family. Now, the ones that are trying to get over here, that's why you vet them. You know what I mean? If they're trying to push to like, oh, I want to go to the States, that's the ones, gents, that y'all got to leave go. That's the ones you got to be like, okay, why is she pushing so hard to get to the States?
Thank you.
Just like you would vet here, you're going to vet there. It's not like you leave the States and you don't vet people. It's not like you don't leave the States to see if you have compatibility. You still got to talk game here and talk game there like you do here. It ain't no different. It might be a little bit easier in some of these places, but you still have to do the vetting process. And part of the vetting process is working on yourself so you can discern where a person coming from. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Let me know what you say, Gigi.
Got you. Yeah, we call those women red flags. Any woman
Yeah.
who is determined to come to the United States, Canada, or United Kingdom, any first world country, and determined to have us bring them there on our own dime or whoever's dime, that's a red flag, and we say stay the hell away from her. You when you vet these women, another one of those things, that's one of the red flags we look for is that the woman's like really determined since she was a little girl or whatever to try to get to the United States or whatever. We look for those red flags and we tell guys to never, ever, ever consider her seriously. No, you just leave her alone.
No.
That's that,
No.
whatever, because she'll do anything in her power, man, to try to get here. No matter if it's having you impregnating her, at least she knows, well, if I got him to have my kid, so at least I can get some of that American money or whatever, and I mean,
So let me
female
jump
nature
in real
is
quick.
still everywhere.
Let me jump in on that real quick. In the military, it would happen all the time. So you have sailors that would go over to these different countries. The same thing you said, right? They were too eager to try to get over here, too eager to wrap their finger or wrap themselves around dudes that would probably normally never even have a chance with them. They're trying to get over the States, talk about the Philippines, talk about not necessarily Japan as much, but Philippines a lot, Guam, places like that. Yes, you did see, you would see women that were trying to push to get to the States. You would see them marry sailors and American guys, and they would come here. They would stay with them for a little bit, and then they ended up divorced, and then or get impregnated and go back to the Philippines, and now they're collecting part of that sailor's money and able to live in the Philippines. So this is nothing new, Wanda. This is something that we know to be a fact and truth about going over there. However, that's why brothers are getting taught that now. That's part of the red pill talk, right? You're not bringing anybody back over here. Matter of fact, going over there, and like I said, I keep telling people this, going over to these other countries isn't just about meeting someone from the opposite sex. It should be about growth. If you meet somebody, cool. If you don't, cool. The point is the experience is different than being here and dealing with this crap here. Anyway, there's a lot of talk in the chat. Let me get up here. So Carvin believes that Wanda is talking out of bad faith. She doesn't realize women in these countries want to stay where they're at. Exactly. Most of them do. Most of them do want to stay there because they want to be with their families. They was raised in family culture and they want to stay there. They would prefer that the man move there and be a part of the family together, right? If he can.
Thank you, Carvin. I really appreciate you saying that, man. That was
nothing you bad to say about foreign women, Wanda, can compare to the bad I can say about American women. So if I'm reading this correct, he's saying that there's nothing you can say bad about these foreign women that I don't feel that's bad about American women or modern women, whatever. And a lot of men are feeling that way. And Wanda, to his point, that's what we're talking about. Men are so sick of it here, they would rather deal with it, right? It was kind of like that woman the other day on that video that she said that men are weak for going over there and talking to other women. And men would rather deal with that, even if it's bad, than deal with the bad here, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Now, hopefully, if you listen up channels, seen enough people traveling, you know what to look for. Because there's a lot of men that film videos and tell you what to look out for. And I intend to do the same thing. When you come over here, this is how you move. When you come over here, this is what to expect. You know. Matter of fact, there's a number of people that will tell you, the ones that travel to like some of these places will tell you that some of y'all think going over there is just hookup culture. Women included. Y'all think we're just talking about hookup culture. Whereas they're traditional women. You have to court them for days and days at a time before they might even holler at you. They're going to treat you with respect. They're going to holler at you, but you got to court them like normal dating. And it's not like they're going to try to take you, they're going to go out to dates with you, try to just get free food off you and never hear from you again. If you court them seriously, 3, 4, 5 days, you might be seeing the family.
Yeah.
So there's a
I
lot
don't know.
going on there. And I plan to report on all that so that brothers have the right information. So when they go, they can make informed decisions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm seeing guys, even myself, man. I haven't even traveled yet. And even like when I go on WhatsApp or Skype and meet these women, man, there's no waiting with these women. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. There's no waiting. All right. You go over there, she give you her phone number the same day. You better call her. Okay. Or she calling you. There's no you chasing her down, you gotta work hard and none of that stuff, man. All right. If anything, man, she's gonna work hard for you. She's coming after you. Okay. And you're gonna have so many numbers to the point, man, that you're gonna be overwhelmed. Instead of her, like in the United States, these women will ghost us and disappear on us. No, you doing the ghosting. You gotta remember, this is the Matrix. Everything is in reverse. I'm on Skype, man. I swear to God, I'm on Skype. And I'm having a really good conversation with this girl. And the next day, on live on video, boom, I'm meeting the whole family, man. Like multiple women. I'm meeting the whole family in Africa, Philippines. I was in on Thailand on live video. I'm meeting the mom. They barely speak English. And, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm meeting the little brother.
Hola,
the sister, I got sisters telling me, hey, what you have American friend? What American friend? I want chocolate man too. I mean, yeah, man. Like, they work quick, man. That's why I say one thing I had to learn from Charles Tyler's channel. You got to go to Charles Tyler's channel. And he said, man, that you have to leave your American way of thinking at the airport. The women out there operate totally different. Instead of her waiting for sex, man, a lot of women out there, sex is like normal. It's like going to the bathroom, okay? When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's just how they operate. That's just how they operate. It doesn't make them a hoe. It doesn't make them a slut. It's just their culture. Because if a man want a hoe or a slut, right, out there in those cultures, some of those areas out there, prostitution is illegal, so they can go pick up prostitute. And if they want to pick up a prostitute or what we call a pro, you'll pick one up way lesser than the amount that you would here. Let you go to a prostitute, man, and she says she want to make your night or make your day, man, and you whip out that United States money, man. You whip out 5 or 10 United States dollars. You know what you done did, man? You done took care of that girl's pay, man, probably for the whole entire day that she would have actually earned with a $10 bill or a $20 bill. Are you kidding me? Yeah. If you're that type of person to go that route, okay?
Yes,
but
of
if
course,
you're the person
we're just talking generalities,
Yes. But if you're the type of person that not go that route, there are still women who are still feminine, compliant, submissive, cooperative, non-argumentative, right? Agreeable, that you can still meet. That's not a prostitute, that's not a pro, and that's not looking to come to the United States or North America or any first world country. They're still out there. Okay. Right. And if you got hundreds of guys on YouTube, especially black men, showing these live beautiful women on film, man, my boy, man, I forgot my boy's name. He's showing films from Venezuela after the United States told us don't go to Venezuela, it's dangerous. It was on Channel 9 News. Yeah, you seen it? Did you see it?
It was
man, it was
Ace
a guy
Live,
with
Ace
dreads.
Live.
I think so. He got dreads.
Yeah, Ace Live.
Yeah, man, the dude got like 300,000 man subs on that channel.
I watch him,
Man, that dude is the truth, man. He has some bad women, man, in Venezuela, man. And the news, he said, it showed it on the beginning of his filming, man. He's
actually been using that for the last few videos where he shows, don't come here, don't do that, and it's not safe. And then he's going and doing his thing, showing you completely different. And that's why you have to go out there for yourself.
Y'all better like this video. Y'all better share it. Y'all better comment. You got a military man live right here on his channel telling y'all the game, man. Like, I'm learning from him just like I'm learning from these other channels, man. I can be both the student and the teacher at the same time, but God,
no, man, like, this is a discussion, baby.
Yeah.
So listen, I think that real quick, I think there's something going on in the chat, and you're talking like a couple different experiences here. Again, I want to make sure it's clear to kind of like, I don't want y'all to have any beef in the chat. I want y'all to have a discussion. Are there women that are trying to get here to the States? Yes. Yes, there are. They do have them. Absolutely. To say there's not would be wrong. I'm telling you, I saw it in the military. I'm telling you, like I know for a fact. However, we're talking about men who are putting in the work and doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not talking about the bozos going over there just trying to like be stupid. I'm saying men that have put in the work and is going there for the experience, who isn't just like, again, like Gigi said, if he wants to get with a prostitute, he could just get with that, right? And he's taking care of his needs or whatever. But if he's looking for a serious woman, he's gonna vet her. If she's too anxious to get to the States, men, those are the women that they can't make the flight. They're not making the flight back ever. You're not taking them back here. Those are not the ones you want to get with. Okay? You should have to be doing some hardcore convincing to get her to want to come to the States. Because maybe y'all can't, your business won't thrive if you can't. You better, you know what I mean? Like, we're not telling men to bring women back. And matter of fact, the ones that are here, and I think it got brought up earlier, it's like, yeah, once they get Americanized and westernized, it changes. So no dude in his right mind wants to bring his woman back here. No. So I get it. But there also are women who, we see it, we hear it all the time, right? Do like Ace Lives in them channel, all them different channels with the brothers them traveling, showing you, they don't want to leave. They are happy with their family. Family means a lot. Now, would they be willing to leave with a husband? Maybe. But again, you have to vet that. So gents, if you are going to go down that route, you're going to get your passport, you're going to go over there because you're looking for love, wife, whatever. You have to vet her. And I would seriously say, if you can't afford to live there, don't bring her back here. Just don't.
Thank you.
Don't even do it to yourself.
Thank you. And they try to, a lot of the North American women, what I actually figured out or whatever, they try to make the exception the rule, if that makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
Just because there's the exception of those women that want to come here, it does not mean that all of them, they assume that all of them want to come here. And no, I've talked to these women. I have one from Brazil. Me and her talked for months. And she told me, look, I have no intention to come to the States. You're more than welcome to come here. And she said, what do you want? I said, no, I want to come out there. Matter of fact, if you can help me find a building out there, right? You know, yeah. I can roll my real estate assets into that. That would be great. She said, you want to do that? I said, yeah. He said, why are you in Brazil? There's nothing. I said, you guys have this, and this, or whatever. She said, but you got to be rich to have that. And I said, have what? And she was like, some of those apartments out there are high. They're like $500 or whatever. And I said, $500. I said, to us, that's normal price. She said, really? And these are like beautiful apartments, man. Man, look, I see this badass, man, condo I wanted bad, man, for like 30 stacks, man. Beautiful, badass looking showers, multiple showers that came from everywhere.
Oh, one of those, huh? One of them joints that hit you from all
yes, man. It was a gold,
got like
man.
Shower heads.
Yeah, she showed me she gave me a real estate link, man, and or whatever. But the thing was, it shows you that the power of the dollar is. And on top of that, if they don't have any intentions of moving there, if you tell them that you want to go there and they didn't know certain things about it, they're thinking, if I get with this man, he can change my whole situation.
Yeah.
Think about it. And I'm bringing femininity to the table. I already know how to cook, goddammit. I know how to clean, goddammit. I'll be close to my family. Don't think that those women out there are not doing a little bit of math in their head, man. Think about that. Yeah. Think about that. So she's giving, it's going to be a reciprocation situation. She's giving her femininity, her submission, her beauty, right? Her compliance and cooperation in exchange for you to come down there, not only to change her life, but to change your life. Yep. And together you guys can actually make a really great family and a great couple. You know, out here they're talking about, I want a partner, you know, anytime a woman says she wants a partner, to me, that's a red flag. You want a man, you want a relationship, you want a marriage, okay? All right. If they're not saying anything, that I want a man, I want a relationship, I want a marriage. She's talking about I want a partner or someone I can build. That all that's red flags or whatever, man. It is, you know.
Well, yeah, because that's modern women speak for.
Yeah.
I want to do what I want to do, and I
A
want
partner,
to, I want to spend my money and spend your money.
You talk to a woman out there, man, in Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, Colombia, man, for real, or in Africa, the first thing they say, man, I asked them, so what are you looking for, baby? And she said, look, I'm looking to date so I can eventually get married. And then if we can get kids, that will be perfectly fine, you know. And after that, though, I would like us to grow old together, and hopefully we can pass on a happiness to our future generation. Okay. Yeah. I almost shed a tear when a woman told me, you hear me? I'm in the United States. You're not about to see that. You're not about to see that out here anymore.
No.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Sean.
Real quick. I want to add something real quick. Hold your question. My uncle was out, I think it was Thailand or the Philippines. And he, the bracelets that I gave out, that we created and made, you can get all that at price there, right? And so he had a woman out there that he set up a business for that he can receive the residuals off of work. She was willing to work with him, make it, talk to people and negotiate, because she could stay there and he just changed her life. But he can reap the benefits from it out here. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't want to leave. She didn't want to leave.
Yes.
You know? And he tears off enough. She making way more than everybody there, but not like he's breaking his bank to whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's taking care of her and compensating her where she can save, but he making more money out here with the products that he's getting shipped from over there. See what I'm saying? So
he has an operation. I love it.
He has an operation. And she don't want to leave.
Perfect.
So
if he's happy, she's happy. Why would a North American woman complain?
Absolutely.
We can keep playing. He's happy, she's happy, right? They're both happy doing this operation. What's the problem?
What was the question you had? Sorry, I cut you off.
The question I had was this. All right, since you're preparing to go to Mexico, have you had a woman actually on a dating app or just in general? It could be in person too. Approached you and you asked her, so she's single and you're like, so what are you looking for? Are you looking to date? You're looking for a relationship, marriage? What are you looking for? Have you had a woman actually lay it on you like that example I gave you earlier? A woman lay it on you and say, well, I'm looking to date with the intention to hopefully get into a relationship and then possible marriage, and then I like to have kids one day, grow old together so we can pass our happiness and our future to our next generation. I would really like that. Have you had someone tell you anything? A woman in another country tell you anything? No. Like, you're not going to get that here. Good luck.
Not another country. No, not another country. No.
Yeah. Listen, when you go to Mexico, you're going to get that shit. You're going to, man. I had a woman in El Salvador said like the same shit, man. It was the same stuff, right? For real. And she didn't speak English. She spoke Spanish, so we had to use interpreter. And she told me basically the same stuff. She told me first, I've never had a man that asked me what types of things that I'm looking for in a relationship or dating. They always ask me to sleep with them, or they always ask me, how much money I can give them. I'm like, damn. And she said, I never met an American man like you who come and give me a whole conversation with me. It's different. I'm impressed.
So one of the things that I'd like to do with the channel,
El Salvador.
But no, one of the things I want to do with this channel is not just, I don't want to just be like, oh, hey, I just ate at this place today, or hey, I took a walk around the corner. There's plenty of channels doing that stuff. I would like to, I'll probably do that in the beginning, But as I get my Spanish more proficient, then I want to have these interviews with these women on how they think, how they were raised, and be able to have that conversation back forth and then bring that to the channel. So the episodes in this channel will be those interviews so that you all can know how they feel, how they think. But again, I got to get my Spanish proficient. So we're going to work on that. We're good. Fine. We're getting there. But make sure you guys hit that like button. We're right here at the 2-hour mark. Just so you guys know, we were 25 watch hours away from being able to apply for monetization. I want to thank you all for watching thus far. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. I really am enjoying this conversation. Unfortunately, Mr. Gigi, I'm going to have to kind of bring this to a close because I've been on a plane all day and I haven't eaten.
Well, yeah, we'll have to do it if you want me to. Before, I don't know if you had time. I was going to deep dive into the red pill, but if you want to, yeah, because I haven't deep dived in the red pill.
Yes, please. I want to hear. I want to talk about that. Yes, that was today's topic.
You know, it's a little lengthy. You know, whatever. So I just want to make sure before I go in. You know, I like you. You know, to make sure that you're okay with things and everything.
Go ahead, man. I want to hear about it. Yeah, let's do it.
It can get a little creepy. It can get a little uncomfortable, but you know, it's what the situation is. You know, so
just like I said, keep it respectful. You know how to do it.
Yeah, we'll try to. I'll try to Disney it up a little bit.
I appreciate that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, when I took the red pill, there was a couple situations in my life. A lot of this started back when I was young up to now. I took the red pill typically late in my 30s, you know. And when I took the red pill, I think your screen kind of blew up or something.
No, I'm working on it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So when I took the red pill, it was typically a situation where I had discovered that my my mother, you know, did my dad wrong, and also too how my dad was doing my mom wrong. Okay. And what happened was, though, over a period of time, you know, my mom was a drunk, my dad was a fucking drunk, and she beat the hell out of him with a pan one night and everything, you know. And then I kept wondering why the hell he swung on her. Well, I had to discover that my mother was one of those drunks who actually coerced him, if you will. You know, I kept wondering why she kept saying this and that, all these bad things about him, until one day she decided to keep me away and my brothers and sisters. You know, I came from a family of 27 brothers and sisters on my dad's side. There's 14 accounted for. Okay. And then on my mom's side, there's 8 of us, if that makes sense. Okay. But as she kept us away or whatever, right? You know, all 4 of us or whatever, she would collect child support checks, you know. And I'm here in Kansas City, you guys, in the state of Missouri and on the borderline of Kansas. You know, we go to Missouri and Missouri and Kansas, both in like 5-10 minutes time of a walk. It's like that out here, okay? Or a drive, whatever you prefer. But the long story short, I discovered that she was getting child support from my dad, and also too from the state of Missouri. And then she turned around and got pregnant with another kid, which was us, right? Because at the time she was also married to someone else, which this is all deep, dark shit. She was married to someone else while she was messing with my dad, okay? And she had us, which we were the somebody else, okay? We didn't know about her other brothers and sisters yet, okay, that she had with another man. And as she was married, she turned around, all right? You ready for this? She turned around and got my dad to pay child support from both Missouri and Kansas. What? So we sat back and asked, though, well, why? One day, you know, I went over to my dad's because I'm up in teenage age where I can walk, talk, understand shit. So we questioned my dad, why the hell you haven't to pay child support for the state of Kansas or whatever? And my dad was telling us, right, even though me and my dad didn't get along, he talked to us. And he said this, he's from the Army too. He said, well, thank God for the Army. I said, why? He said, well, the Army makes sure that my child support doesn't touch my check, number one. And number two, your mother was a B. And she decided to double dip and get child support from both checks. states. So why do you believe that your mom is not working? And I kept wondering because she kept working, jobs under the table, man. And well, long story short, we found out when we were older that she gave me the last name, man, of another guy she was married to, not my biological dad. Okay. Not only me, but my other brothers and sisters. That's the last name that I still got to this day. And
Wow.
that part, yeah, that part right there red pilled me. And then what also red pilled me was when she was getting child support, she kicked me out in the house in the freezing cold between the ages of 9 and 17. Okay, I had an unstable child life. That's why I said half of the majority of the time the streets raised me, and then part of the time my mom did, and my dad was like getting out and shit. And she figured if I kick the oldest child out, well, what do you think happens to the child support check? It goes directly to her, and she can have more money. You see where I'm at?
Right.
Okay. And so that right there really red pilled me about how female nature is and how these women can be when they use the state to extract resources and money from a man. And that's part of the reason I tell these guys don't get these women pregnant. If you do, protect yourselves, though, and then also to use cautions around women. Another thing that red pilled me was the fact about my daughter. I went and got my daughter custody back when she was 1 year old. Okay. My daughter's mom kept my daughter away. Now, in this case, though, I was baby trapped. Okay. We talked about this in the red pill community, how women baby trap guys. Okay. So one night, my daughter's mom was taking the pill, and she knew that I was going to Pennsylvania to pursue my bachelor's degree in heating and AC and refrigeration technology. Okay, because at that time, though, there wasn't a school that offered a bachelor's degree in that field. This is back when I was in corporate America, you guys. Okay, and so I'm packing up. I got all my shit packed in this big ass U-Haul, and she dropped the bomb on me because I noticed she was throwing up or whatever, and I wonder why the hell she was throwing up. So I'm, blue pilled like hell, thinking that she's sick, got the flu, whatever. I'm getting this chick, Robitussin, Pepto-Bismol and all this shit. And she dropped a bomb on me, and come to find out, she told everybody besides me at her job that she was pregnant. And I found out through the grapevine, and I said, well, why come you didn't come to me and tell me that? Well, I didn't know what to do. So you went to all these strange women that you don't know at your job, but told me, I was the last person to tell that you were pregnant. I said that, what happened to the pill? Well, since you were getting ready to leave, I just decided to stop taking it and everything, and there it is. And so my dreams of going to Pennsylvania with no kids, I was going to get my bachelor's degree, and then after that, fly to Eastern Europe, because Eastern Europe had universal healthcare system or whatever. Remember, I had no kids. I had my life planned out. So, okay. All right. No kids, bachelor's degree. I already had 2 associate's degrees, high school diploma and GED. I went to Job Corps, all this stuff, but my life got stopped, held back. Boom. Kid came. After the kid came, I was forced with a decision to either go and fulfill my life or to stay here and raise this child. So I said to myself, well, this is my first and only child. I'm not going to let this child not have a father. Okay. Yeah. So I stayed here. Okay. And so I tried to tell her, well, hey, listen, let's work this thing out as a relationship. She said, fine. So we stuck it out for about 4 months after she was born, and 4 to 6 months. Okay. And one day she came to my house, and I'm thinking she's getting off work. I didn't already fix her bath water, breakfast, and all this stuff. And I got my daughter, I'm watching, and I come to the door, and she said, baby, I hear her. I open up the door. She got the police there and her sister that works for DFS, which is the Division of Family Services, with the police. Okay. Took my daughter, took all of my awards, trophies. I had a lot of awards and trophies from school, and certificates, and said, I can't take this anymore. Took our dirty clothes, threw them around the house. And I rose down. I said, what are you doing? The police officer said, hey, don't you touch her. And I sat down. This was in my house. She grabbed my daughter and said, I can't take this anymore, and left, and told the police that the reason that she not giving me my kid back because I gave her diaper rashes. Okay. So I didn't know what to do. I said to myself that, Gigi, you got 2 degrees. You need to use those degrees to your advantage and figure out a way to get your daughter back. So blue pilled me. I was blowing up her phone. Idiot older guys were telling me, you need to just keep calling her and begging her and hopefully she give you the kid back. I even, listen, for real, these guys really wanted to hang a noose over my. I even had guys tell me, you need to go put yourself on child support. Okay. Because the state actually recognizes the fact that a guy is on child support, and that's a good thing, right? So instead of doing that shit, because I didn't want to pay child support at all. So I did my research on how to get custody of your kid, da 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 da. So I had 5 attorneys, 3 out of Missouri, 2 out of Kansas, you know, 1 out of St. Louis, one in Kansas City, Missouri, and, you know, the others in Kansas or whatever. They gave me advice, started papers, threw her off, and embarrassed her at her job, embarrassed her at home. Long story short, went to court, won joint custody, split down the middle, 50-50, no child support, no supervised visits, equal rights to my daughter, right? Because she kept my kid away for 10 months. Now you're probably asking, why did she keep my daughter away for 10 months when she brought the police and the sister over my house? This is out of the blue shit. Well, come to find out, I had a brother of mine at the time. And not the brother I talk about that travels. No, this was another evil son of a bitch. He was just evil. All right? So I'm venting to this guy, telling him why she's doing this. I don't understand. He's laughing, smiling in my face, telling me everything will be okay. And this chick is blowing up his phone right in front of me.
What?
So I'm like, yeah, I know. So I'm like, well, why is she doing that? He's over my house or whatever. I don't know why that be calling me. And come to find out, I found out later on, man, like during the case, she had been having sex with my brother while he was married. All right. And got pregnant with his kid.
Oh no.
You tell me if that don't red pill you or not about your own family and your kids' moms. And
I'm surprised you got black pilled.
All right, yeah. So so remember, this shit's before the red pill, okay, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, right. So after my brother, you know, had sex with my kid's mom, all this other shit or whatever, one thing led to another. We used that, you know, as ammo in the court or whatever. And, you know, she was very manipulative. She got the family to turn their back on me, saying that I wasn't nothing and she don't know why I'm doing this to her. And my attorney, of course, I tell these guys, hire a female family law attorney. Stress relief. It works. It works. And my attorney said, though, this just to let you know, this is not about the child. This is about her. Okay. And so we started for papers, went to court, won joint custody of her, split down the middle, 50-50, no child support, no supervised visits, equal rights to my kid. And my brother got pissed off. My father had died, and he essentially, after they found out, I actually found out that he was having sex with her, and then plus I won custody with no child support. And this man got 9 kids, and getting hit by like 6, 7 kids' moms, all by child support, every single one. Remember that story I was telling you about him having $2 to $3 grand and he was getting $118 and shit? Yeah, that shit real. The karma's still beating that ass now. I don't talk to his ass. I cut his ass off. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
It's real. It's real. So, anyways, the point is, when we fast forward through this, okay, I won the custody and all this shit. He got pissed off. My dad passed away. So I went over to my dad's house to show my condolences, all this stuff, interact with people. He got pissed off and pulled a gun on me, man. And after he pulled this gun on me, right, you know, well, he approached me with the gun. His kid's mom snatched the gun out, and then we started fighting in the middle of the street. Okay.
Why did he pull the gun on you?
Because I found out that he was having sex with my kid's mom, man.
So he pulled a gun on you?
Yes, he pulled a gun on me. Yes. All right. His kid's mom interfered, and she took the gun away from him. I jumped on him and, you know, choked the guy out and everything. As I was trying to choke him, 3-4 people got me off of him and shit. You know, this is my older brother, man. You know,
right.
And they held us back or whatever. And this is in front of my daughter. My daughter was like 2-3 years old at this time, seeing this shit. I mean, imagine, yeah. So, you know, after that, I distanced myself from my family, lots of people, my daughter's mom or whatever, and that was that. So it red pilled me and let me know that family's first to fuck you. single mothers and women in general, they have zero remorse. Okay. All right. Also, it also taught me too, though, that you never know what people are doing behind your back. You never know. Family, especially. I don't care if you have a two-parent household. I don't care if you have this ultimate Christian family. It doesn't matter, right? You always keep your eyes open and pay attention to patterns, and certain things that are out there, because I've seen it. I've seen guys in the church, sleep with the pastor's wife. I've seen this corrupt shit. That red pilled me also. From I've actually seen the families where I get together with enmeshed single mom families, and the kids, from the father, right, and the kids from the mother, they would have their own relationship going on in the household, and also bullying with the kids, right? And they wouldn't talk about this shit. They wouldn't, white families, black families, or whatever. That shit also red pilled me too. But there's some stuff that needed to be discussed, man. So,
Right.
so yeah. And the last part, which earned these passports here, okay, which was the fact that after I got red pill, I was a shallow bastard, man. Like, I thought to my mind, every single woman was like my daughter's mom and other women out here. They didn't give a shit or whatever. And when I typed in content like yours, Carlos, the red pill travel brother, Charles Tyler, you guys, I don't know, you guys still to this day, you guys pop up like this. I like, boom, you guys don't play, right?
Thank you,
And
Jesus.
I did this, and I started listening, and I didn't know these guys who traveled took the red pill. I did not know. And going your own way means literally you're not committing to society, man. You're not going along to getting along, right? Going your own way could be going to another planet, to another country, to another religion. That's your own way. You're not going along to get along, man. And that's when I discovered, man, that okay, there are more options than just staying here in North America. Okay. And my daughter's mom, she's still pissed off to this goddamn day because I took her back to court another time because I wanted to get my passport for not only myself, my daughter. She didn't want to cooperate, so I took her back, and the judge gave us everything. I got extra custody, extra time. I got granted my daughter's passport. Okay, you see it in hand or whatever. Yeah. I can show you pieces on there if need be. I also got granted extra time for if I need to take a vacation with my daughter because we had like 2 weeks interrupted, but now we got like 8 to 12 weeks, something like that, uninterrupted. Anytime, all over the globe. Okay?
I want to stop you with the daughter stuff because I would like to have that as a separate conversation. What you went through with the courts and that process, because there's a lot of men that go through the court system. I've been through it, and
wow,
not always get all that you got, right? The ability to be able to get the passport and to get the custody. A lot of guys don't get that. Most men don't have that outcome happen. So I would like to do that as a completely separate show one day and talk about those issues because I think that that might be encouraging, or it might let somebody be like, well, somebody knows what I'm going through. And really, that's the biggest one that you can do is let men know that they're not alone when they're going through it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I actually on my channel I made a video about how to get custody of your kids, how to avoid child support, and how to get the passport for the child without the mother being in the picture. And I think that's video number 2 or number 3 inside of there or whatever. It's a pretty lengthy video, but I go into deep detail in there. Shout out to the lead attorney, because lead attorney, he's a family law attorney also too. And there's some notes in there, that I kind of touched about what he was talking about, because they have to remember that each family law attorney state is totally different, but there's a lot of similarities in there. But I always tell these guys too, no matter if it's divorce court or whatever, right? Child custody, find a female family law attorney that's really good in trial, right? and also that really is good with working with the fathers. That's who you want. Dr. Dre's situation. I'll give you a great example. All right. Remember, he was ordered to pay $300,000 a month, right? And she was going to
I
get
remember that.
800 million. Well, what he did was he fired that West Coast male attorney, hired a female attorney, and she admitted, she said, 99% of my representation are all women. And she said, this is rare. And she got excited to work for a male, which is a celebrity. And she went into court and she negotiated. He no longer has to pay the $300,000.
Right. You want to have to just pay that one flat percentage.
You found out about it. Yeah, it's just a flat fee of 100 mil and you're done. Yeah. And so she's pretty pissed off about it, but the attorney's coming like this. Her attorney's coming like this. You either take it, or if the judge rules on this, right, there's a probability you probably won't get that. Right. So she's in a rock and a hard spot right now. Now I don't know the updates of the case. This was just a recent, I say roughly about a month, 2 months ago. Yeah, no,
it's done. She got her money, and that's it. No spousal support, none of that stuff. She got her chunk, and that's it.
Did she get it? Did she get it, or you don't know?
She got money, but she didn't get she got a lot, but she didn't get nothing crazy. I think she got 100 mil. That was it.
Did she settle for it or not? I don't know.
She took it. Yeah, that's done.
Wow, congratulations. Now I told you guys, get a female. He got a female family law attorney, right? Yeah. You got to, and make sure, in my opinion, she's cutthroat. Like she's going for blood, man. You can't go in there with no poodle, or anything like that. You got to go in there with a Labrador mixed with pit bull mixed with Great Dane. Okay, attorney, you have to. You have to, if you want to, and you're going in there to win. You're not going there to feel sorry for her. You're going there to win, and you have to serve her first. But again, like you said, that's going to be another topic for another day. I don't want to, ruin it for you guys. I'm just giving you guys information of what red pill means, what got me into the red pill, and also too, what can you guys do in the future to avoid all this crazy shit? Because, like I said, I have a story, other guys have a story or whatever, right? And a lot of women only hear a lot of the female side of the story, but they never tend to hear the man side of the story. And now we got platforms like yours, like mine, the old school guys like Charles Tyler, RIP, so many of these other channels out there that we can talk about this, the red pill community and the MGTOW community saved my life. When I took that red pill, it wasn't easy. I had to take it all the way down, get my drink of choice, and then after that, it was cursing. I had to realize for myself that Disney lied to me, my kindergarten teacher lied to me, my single mom lied to me. I mean, for real, you're not about to get the Mary Tyler Moore treatment of life, none of that shit, man, or whatever, right? You're not going to get the Lassie type of family, man, or Leave It to Believer. That shit's not going to happen in today's generation. It's not, No, I had to accept that on the book Red Pill. And so that's what transitioned me from out of the blue pill matrix into the red pill. Now, don't get me wrong. I did have my time when I went back and got into purple pill. Okay. And the purple pill, right, is a man, what I call the purple pill man, what we call the level 1 MGTOW. Okay. The purple pill man is a man who's typically married. He actually lives and cohabitates with women. You understand? All right. He has a household, the woman. You hear that guy that says, I'm staying with my baby mama or my kid's mom, right? Majority of the time, these guys know female nature. They've actually taken the red pill. However, the blue pill tends to fight and tell them you can make this work, or it's perfectly fine, or whatever it may be. Right. Knowing that this chick is crazy, she's actually pulled knives on him and tried to put knives in his car, broke his windows, whatever the hell. He knows these things, but the blue pill in him tells him to stay and make it work. Where the red pill's fighting, like, see, you see how she acts, you see what she's doing? And the red pill's also telling them, damn, man, I'm running low on money because I'm having to fork it off to her. And he's seeing that she's forking this money off and spending it with another guy friend at work. Chad from fucking accounting, Brett from sales. I mean, yes, I mean it's real. Or she got a shopaholic problem and she's addicted and buying all these purses and all these shoes or whatever. Who needs all that crap? But the purple pill man, he's in a matrix where he's stuck. He can get out or whatever, but there's always risk to it. There's a catch to it, And you'll see majority of these guys, they taken the red pill typically when it was a little too late, But us level 2 guys, I'm a level 2 MGTOW guy where we actually don't get into relationships with women, okay? We'll have sex with them. We'll have short-term flings, things like that, but we don't get into relationships. We don't live with them. We definitely do not try to have kids with them. We try to be as cautious risk with them. If it's a business relationship, we try to keep it business, whatever, because we know what females are capable of doing. We know that these women will go ahead and actually do the most manipulative things of earth. In our minds, we know that every time a woman gets up in the morning, right, she works off what? Deception. When they get up and put on their makeup. Why do you think they call it make up? Because it's made up. You understand? All right. This is the red pill. Okay. This is all make up. It's made up. You understand? All right. The lipstick. You understand? The lipstick is also made up. The fake eyelashes, this is all made up. The fake hair, made up. They wake up in the morning working off deception. It's female nature, I mean, I could go deep down that rabbit hole or whatever, but I'm just giving you a little bits, sprinkles here and there so you can get that idea, And then our level 3s, level 4 guys or MGTOWs or the level 3s typically don't associate with the state or the government or whatever. They're usually into conspiracy theories, things like that or whatever, right? They've literally cut women off. You'll find more level 3s more like in monk mode, if you will. Level 3 and level 4 more like monk mode. And then like your level 4 guys, those guys are what we call more ghosters. You'll see them kind of like, have you seen the movie Rambo?
Yeah.
The first Rambo. I kind of like, I remember when he was staying inside of the woods in that little house out there in Civilization on the first Rambo.
Yes, yes.
You'll see those guys like that, and they're like making like their own fruits, their own vegetables, their own cows or whatever, right? They're damn near like borderline Amish men, if you will, but they limit their association with society. They try to build their own electricity, build their own type of living. I mean,
so these dudes are like,
off the grid. Yeah. They've actually been burnt by female nature and also life, like myself. I also got red pill about jobs, jobs and education. I was taught to keep working a job, and then after that, get an education so you can get another job. But the red pill me told me that if I continue to get an education, I'm going to be consumed with debt. And I'm going to have to continue to pay that back. And if I work for a person, I'm not working for myself, which means they'll have control of my destiny, control of my time, And so that's why we always preach, ownership and investments and finances, and to work freelance or work for yourself, live off of retirement or whatever, but don't let that be your only source of income. You understand that? Dangerous out there, and but these type of things we talk about in the MGTOW and the red pill community, so we can have brothers and men understand that, female nature is female nature. We can't change female nature, right? We can't love them and understand them at the same time. It's a choice that you have to make when it comes to a woman. You either can love her or understand it, but you can't do both. It's, many guys of our time have tried it for many, many years. Right. But you can't do both. And you only adapt to the situation as it applies to your situation, but you do not, I repeat, do not put yourself in a situation where a woman controls you and manipulates you. You always have the ball in your court at all times. You always protect your assets, protect your money. Okay. If you got kids, right? Especially if you got sons, I tell these guys, tell your sons early what's going on or whatever, right? Get the passports, bond with your sons, because if they are in a single mom household, man, they're and more than most likely, right? Because women can't raise men. Let it be known, right? Those guys are going to come out feminine and fucked up. It's just how it is, man, or whatever. But I tell these guys, if you have grown up in a single mom household like I have, get around a community of like-minded men who knows the difference between what's right, what's wrong, because it's not our fault that we grew up in a single mom household. Hell, Kevin Samuel grew up in a single mom household. But once we grew up and started getting around MGTOW men, red pill men, or these guys who are not red pill MGTOW, there's guys who are actually of good sound meaning, you know, who actually knows how to survive, how life operates. They're of experience and sound mind or whatever. Then we have a chance to prepare ourselves for a future that's going to be better for ourselves and also our generation to pass on. You know,
absolutely.
My daughter, she's 13 years old of the date of this video. Okay. And I teach her to this day about female nature and male nature. And I bring her around lots of single fathers so she can see how they actually raise their sons, how they raise their daughters. You know, she's actually seen how these single moms raise their kids. It's a totally different animal. She tells me all the time that the way you raised me is totally different than my mom. My mom usually sleeps all day long because she works third shift. Right. Me, I'm the opposite. I'm up every day, Central Standard Time, between 5 and 9 a.m.
Look, I don't mean to cut it. I don't mean to cut it off, but you bring up a lot of good stuff. I will say this: there's a number of things that you bring up that's why I say, you know, like. You don't have, like, I don't subscribe to the labels because some of the stuff that you're already talking about was stuff that I just knew to do, right? About debt. Like I said, I got my senior book at 17. I knew that I did not want to get caught in this society. As I got older, I realized the way to get stuck further in this is debt, right? So that was one of the first things I did before I decided to leave. Like one of the things I decided to do before I start traveling was to pay my debt and get my credit raised. So now I'm free of that, which allows me the freedom to be able to do the other stuff. So anyway, again, completely different subjects, but I do gotta go, and because I really gotta get some food before it's too late.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you bringing me on the stream, man. I really had a lovely
man.
And everything. When we get a chance, though, man, we'll get on this topic about, you know, divorce and family law and everything, you know, custody, how to avoid child support, all that good stuff. You know, go to my channel. I do got a video on how to actually avoid that shit, you know.
Yeah.
How to get your kids their passports, you know, the motions you have to file, the paperwork you have to file with the post office when you get your passport, man. I put all those gems inside of there because, like you said, a lot of guys don't know about this shit or whatever, man. You know? And that's why we got guys, got guys like me and you just hitting it where it is, man, or whatever, you know.
So I dropped the link. In the chat that you can get to Mr. GG's channel and check him out and what he's doing. It's throughout the chat, so make sure you go check him out. I want to thank you, my brother. I'm gonna go through and do my normal close down, but we'll get in touch with each other soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll keep sharing your channel, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. All right, brother, I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I posted my Reddit group link inside of there. I don't know if you've seen it, you know. You know, so hope you know, you see the link and everything, you know. So, but anyway, thank you, you guys. Have a very good night. I'll talk to you soon. Peace and good night.
Right. Thank you. All right. Listen, thank you guys for being here tonight. We had a lot that we discussed tonight. So I want to thank my guest, Mr. GG. And then, of course, in true fashion, I want to thank everybody here at the Simsational Gent. A lot of people came in here. So I want to thank Brick Girls Go Stateside. I want to thank my boy T-Mac. I want to thank Miss Amici, Wanda. Check out Brick Girls Go Stateside and Miss Amici's channel. I want to thank my boy Lucis for being here. I want to thank Carvin for being here. Thank you for having that spirited discussion. Mr. Jackson, thank you for being here. Who else am I missing? My boy Jerome, who I'm gonna call you soon, bro, once I get this food ordered, okay? Who else was up in here tonight? Who else was a part of this conversation? Uh, uh, Uyu, I don't know how to say it, but there you go. Thank you for being here and dropping some stuff on us. Okay. Of course, check out my Mr. GG's channel, Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. I put the links throughout the description. Who else was up in here tonight? Also, his friend, Red Pill Passport Bro. Thank you for being here. Wish you had jumped on that conversation. Okay. Who else was up in here tonight? Let's not forget my boy Neil. I have a story to tell. Make sure you check that brother's channel out too. Good friend of mine. Call for that. Who else we got? We also got the Dolak channel. All right. Make sure that you check out that channel. If you want to talk about cultural stuff, you're going to see some really pretty cultural stuff with Indonesian over in Indonesia. So I think you guys will like and appreciate that. So thank you to all my guests. Hit that like button before you leave out of the building. Today, we wound up doing 2.5 hours, and I hope that's enough. We were shooting for 25 watch hours today because that is how far we are from being monetized on this channel. Only 25 watch hours. So I want to thank everybody who hung in there to try to get us the time and the hours that we need to put this channel over the top for monetization. And I'm telling you, I'm going to take it, reinvest it back in here, and make it better for you guys. So as always, make sure that you guys are working on yourself. You are working on your purpose. And in the end, you'll live your best life.